Hey guys, sorry about that, guys. I was just having some issues with my mic. Can everybody hear me? Can everyone hear me? Thank God for that. I've just been here sitting talking to myself for the past like 15 minutes. Thanks, guys, for letting me know that. Don't worry, I've not been giving you guys a silent treatment. All right, that's good. So let's get this going on. All right, so like I was saying that I'm loving the price action of HCMC, especially this gap up in the market and looking at the pre-market, man's has been gas. So I just had to jump on the live, get to know you guys, see who's all holding HCMC, what you guys think of HCMC, and if there's any other stocks that you guys want to jump in on it, you guys want me to have a look at price action, whatnot, then write in the comments. So are you guys able to see the picture? All right. Sorry, I'm just new to this new streaming software, so I'm just trying to figure it out. So I'm learning on the job. All right, so who's all holding? Who's got diamond hands on HCMC? So like I was saying in my videos, all right, TG picture is fine. All right, that's good. Yeah, I see the graph. That's good. That's good. All right, so it looks like on the 30th of April, so Friday's session, it looks like that resistance of 0.002 level has been broken, which I've always been mentioning in my videos that if that level is broken, then I believe we're definitely on the way up to this resistance at 0.0025, 0.005, sorry. And basically the resistance was broken with very good volume. So guys, I think this is it. We're definitely on the way up to that 0.005. And I read in a couple of places, I believe on Reddit, that a number of people were banding together and buying like $100 worth of HCMC shares. So I believe that's partly why there's been I believe that's partly why there's been this huge move up. Oh, Kuban, you got 20 million shares. Wow, that's insane. Gareth holding strong 1.5 million, 15 million. Man, you guys are legends. Honestly, diamond hands, that's the way forward. Or you buying back later? Well, you sold all your shares, yeah? You just get your profit, or you kind of got paper hands. FDA announced they will ban flavored cigarettes and cigars, including menthol. Oh, really? That's good. That's a good sign for HCMC. So where did you see that? Did you see that was an article or you saw it in the SEC filings? Kids all buy $100 worth today. Yeah, you can always trust Reddit guys to come through. But oh man, Brad. Don't worry. Don't worry. I believe HCMC, this is not the end. I believe there'll be a lot more bullish runs from there. So perhaps a lot of people maybe buying into HCMC to try and drive the price up because maybe some guys were trying to get out a profit, and there's a lot of profit taken right now. Hence why the price is falling at the moment. But not to worry, because look, the fact that the share price actually rose all the way up to 0.005 is definitely going to rise up there and test it again. And especially what's going on with the lawsuit. I mean, every time we get some good news towards the lawsuit, maybe there's a hint of HCMC or the judge is going to go ahead with the case, etc., then that'll drive the price up. And HCMC is good, especially the fact that I believe they've created the Instagram account. So finally they're getting a social presence. So this is only going to be really good for the company, because the fact that if they get a social presence, as we all know, everything is online nowadays. They can get instantly access or instantly get in touch with their customers, and vice versa. The customers can instantly get in touch with them, and also the investors, so they can keep people up to date almost instantly. So people are not waiting for like a news update on the website or SEC filing or something. Yeah, the chart is delayed. I think from the software, etc. So what's the price prediction? Is HCMC do a buyback? I'm not sure. A lot is really riding on the lawsuit. Like if they're to do a buyback, then I believe they'll need to kind of win the law, get towards winning the lawsuit, or get a lot of investors into it so that they can generate the funds to sort of do the buyback. Pump and hold for me. Yeah. So how long you guys been holding on to HCMC shares? Especially with the price being falling, have you guys how have you guys felt about that? And because with investment, for me, I believe the most important part of investing is getting your emotions right. So how have you guys felt in terms of seeing the price falling, and especially now seeing the price rising? There's a 45-minute delay on his price. Oh, really? Oh, since November. Wow. I have to admit, I think I jumped on HCMC I believe I jumped on it around the start of January. I jumped around, in fact, I jumped on it about here. So on the 26th of January. So pretty much just before it took off. And the reason I jumped on it I'm mainly actually technical analysis. And the reason I jumped onto HCMC on a technical basis is because it broke out of this resistance, all right, that it pretty much held for since December. All right, so it broke out of the resistance of very good volume. And then, yeah, it broke out the resistance on, sorry guys, I was just having a look at the chart. I can see it's delayed. So, but it broke out the resistance on very good volume on the 26th of January. And then that was pretty much my trigger to get in. And with everything that's going on with HCMC, like the lawsuit, of course, all that will just be pretty much incentivize people to buy. Like it will drive a lot of demand towards the stock. No, your price is delayed by 45 seconds to a minute. Oh yeah, I think just because of the software and everything. So, but as I'm chatting, then you guys can, of course, follow up. Almost back down and even on the day. Yeah, I mean, on a technical note, the fact that there's a gap up. So as long as, for me, as long as the price stays above 0.0026 and pretty much this resistance, then and the gap doesn't get filled back down, then I believe we're still good in terms of going up. So on a technical basis, just I guess it's a lot of profit taking, guys. So, but remember, with everyone taking profits and getting out, there's also a lot of people getting into HCMC, especially with what's going on. Like everyone's banding together to buy $100 worth. So definitely not to worry, guys. So as you can see, there's already some support around this price. So every time the price touches here, it moves up. There's some bullish pullback. I hope the open store chains in. Yeah. No, I can see a lot of good things for HCMC, like with stores, and especially with with this pandemic, like there's a lot more vaccinations, etc. There'll be a lot more people going out and actually getting out to do things. And I don't know, from wherever you guys are from the UK, the like shops are open again, so people are getting out more. So if they're opening more shops and with the easing of the lockdown, this will definitely help. And also with HCMC having an online presence, this will definitely help. So there's a lot of good things going for HCMC in the long run, in my opinion, anyway. So, like I always state in my videos, I believe it's a long-term hold. I mean, I'm definitely holding on to my HCMC shares for the long term because, for one, there's a lot going for it. Two, it's a good company. That they're finding their feet, or they're getting on their feet basically with online presence, and that's one of the key things I look for before I invest in a company, to see if they've got a good online presence. Then that's a good sign, because uh, you can easily get in touch with them. They can easily get in touch with everyone else, investors, and also HCMC goes to court. If HCMC goes to court, this has to make it to the news. Yeah, definitely. But I guess we just need to wait to see what the judge responds with, whether or not they just say, yeah, go ahead, let's take the case forward, or they dismiss the case without prejudice. Because if they dismiss the case without prejudice, then this is a good sign, because they've dismissed the case on this basis, but HCMC can turn around and say, you know what, we've got more evidence that Philip Morris have infringed on our patent, etc. Then, you know what? Yeah, let's take these guys to court. Yeah. Do you know when that is? Is there a timeline on that? Or because I've not really been able to find much more information on that. I mean, I've checked SEC filings. There's nothing new that's been posted. So, but yeah, and also on a technical note, part of the reason why price is falling at the moment is because on the RS side, the price is actually getting towards overbought territory. So this could actually be a momentum indicator. And if the trend right now looks like a trend is forming, and if the trend actually is strong, then this RSI can pretty much be above 70 for a couple of sessions. All right, especially seeing as this resistance has been broken. Well, the previous key resistance at 0.002 has been broken. So if this holds for a couple of sessions, so let's say if it holds until Wednesday, then guys, this would definitely be a good sign. On a technical note, it'll be a good sign, because that means the price will just continue rising. There'll be a lot of demand, and a lot of like analysts and technical analysis, or technical analysts would see this, and they'll be able to actually get in. There'll be a lot of demand, pretty much. People will be jumping on this hype. I think it is this week or next week. All right. Well, let's hope it'll be a good outcome. Holding long-term HCMC as a strong. No, I believe you're right, John. HCMC really does have a strong case. I mean, the fact that the judge is actually considering the case and he hasn't dismissed it already is a good sign. And also Philip Morris joined with HCMC. They also agreed that, you know what, we need more time. So if HCMC didn't have a strong enough case, then Philip Morris would have squashed them already. They would have just been like, you know what, there's no case, etc. But the fact that they're both asking for more time, and this whole legal proceeding can take months, years, So the fact that it's actually still ongoing means that HCMC do have a good, strong case, or possibly have a good, strong case that they can take forward. So I believe the outcome for this will be positive, or yeah, I believe it could be positive, and basically this could go to court. So if this goes to court, then guys, you can definitely see the price taking off. All right, and even breaking the 0.0059. So let's have a look at the, close that. Let's have a look at the MACD. So MACD is actually one of my favorite indicators, and yeah, we've pretty much broken into a golden cross. All right, so this shows that this is a strong, the start to a bullish trend. All right, and the minute it broke into that golden cross, then as you can see, the price has pretty much just broken that resistance at 0.002 level. So as long as this golden cross, and looking at the histogram, the golden cross, the volume on the histogram is actually very good. So I believe we're definitely gonna see a lot of bullish candles. All right, maybe not today's session because there's a lot of people selling and taking profits, but definitely in sessions to come. I mean, look what's happened with the price. The price has just been dropping ever since that initial bullish run. The price has just been dropping for the last month, since February, between February and March. The price has just been dropping. So, and it's effectively come back. It's made a comeback. So this is a good sign. Oof, 10 billion volume. Yeah. Yeah. 9.8. And the average volume is like 4 billion. So this is definitely a good thing. And I believe part of the volume is down to what's going on. Like everyone's trying to buy $100. Well, apparently I believe everyone's trying to buy $100 worth of HCMC stock. So that's definitely increasing. So yeah. And the fact that, and this is good because what I'm seeing right now, the fact that people can actually get together and buy a lot of basically synchronize that buying in order to drive the price up. This is not gonna be the end of it, because people are gonna see that, look, they've proven that they can actually move this price. They can actually drive the price up. All right. And if there weren't so many people taking profits and selling their shares, then this price could have even easily taken off. I mean, when the market opened, it rose to I believe about 12, 14%. And since then, it's just fallen. And that's probably, because people are taking profits. But if people just had diamond hands, then this price could maybe have even gotten up to 0.004 or even up to 0.005. So guys, like I always say, if you got into HCMC because you believe in the company and you believe what the company stands for, the work ethics, you believe in the strategy of the company, and also you believe in basically the board of directors, who they've got on the board of directors, and the strategy, their vision for the company, then you really shouldn't be worried about red candles or red days or basically intraday or daily or weekly volatility in the market, because holding long term, that's where you see most of the benefit, especially with this whole lawsuit. So exactly, just hodl. I think it boosts tremendously. Yeah. Yep. Swing and day traders taking profits. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you on that. But on a technical note and also on the fundamental note, HCMC are looking pretty good, in my opinion. And the fact that the price has been dropping and it's made a very good recovery. All right. I mean, formed this huge, it formed this base basically between the 25th of March and the 15th of April. So it formed a good base for basically 2 weeks of trading. It formed a good demand base, and the price has been rising since then. So there's a lot of demand around this level, and there's a lot of people buying into HCMC. There's a lot of demand. All right. So looking at the big picture, if we have a look at the monthly, okay. So if I have a look at, I'll just wait until it refreshes, guys, so you guys can see. All right. So if I have a look at the monthly, actually, guys, as you can see from the monthly, April was a huge, lovely green candle. All right. It's kind of got me feeling some type of way looking at that green candle. But looking at that green candle, it pretty much engulfed the previous bearish candle. So March month. So the whole of March was pretty much bearish, right? But April's candle has engulfed it. It's not bullish engulfing because there's not been a trend. All right, so don't get mixed up. It's just engulfed the It's just engulfed March's candle. So, and because we're in a new month, all right, so the start of the month is usually very volatile, whether it's bullish or bearish. So if there's been a bearish move for the whole of 1 month, usually the start of the next month is a bullish move, sort of like a slight recovery. And this could be down to a lot of people maybe panic buying, or like when I say panic buying, I mean they've seen that, you know what, the price has just been dropping. There's been a huge sell-off, so let me get in. I'm going to get in at the bottom. So what you usually find is for the first couple of days of the start of a new month session, the price rises or the price falls. And because effectively April session has been all bullish, okay, so there's a lot of people now that have been like, you know what, we've had a very good month. They believe, maybe they might think that, oh, we're not going to get subsequent good months. You know, the next couple of months are not going to be good or whatever. So they maybe panic sell. So this is partially the reason why you're seeing at the start of May, you're seeing a big red candle. Okay, so a lot of people drove the price up, and there's possibly a lot of profit taken. Would you say this is a stock second breakout? Well, pretty much, yeah. You know, actually, I was the first. Well, the first recently, but yeah, the second, because it formed a very good resistance. I mean, looking at February when it had a huge run up, there's a huge bearish pullback. Okay, so this pullback, even though February closed bullish, all right, April or March pretty much had, like, it was a bearish run. So it created this resistance. All right. So yeah, it looks like this is a breakout, but I won't actually be able to fully tell if it's a good breakout until the end of May's session to see if the price closes. Basically, at the end of May, if the price closes above 0.002 resistance, then it'll be a good breakout, especially on volume. CPM used all his court's extensions from what I read, and the case is now up to the judge. He will decide if he goes to discovery court or not. Yeah, I thought I read somewhere, or I saw a couple of like YouTube videos, and people were saying that it was the 3rd of May, like today, that the judge was supposed to respond. So I wasn't sure. I mean, I didn't see anything that actually confirmed this, like SEC filings or any updates. I didn't actually see anything confirming this. So I wasn't too sure if it was today. But I saw that a lot of people were looking to buy $100 worth of Hcmc shares. And again, I thought this was maybe something people saw that like I couldn't see. And there was a reason they were buying this, but maybe it's just because they just want to drive the price up. So they want to artificially drive the price up. So artificially being that a lot of people get together and then create a lot of demand, and then the price goes up. So I'm not sure. But yeah, like you were saying, Jay, that the judge may respond this week or next week. So we'll see. Maybe that would definitely, if that's the case, that would definitely drive the price up, because a lot of people will be anticipating the price going up. So you might see this buy the rumor, sell the news kind of thing. When selling the rumor, not because HCMC is bad or the stock is bad or whatever, but selling the rumor like they just want to take the profits, you know, because they don't believe there won't be that much demand in it. 54% currently still hold. What you guys reckon? So many paper. Yeah, James. Yeah, there's so many paper hands. I hope they get paper cuts while. Yeah, but not to worry, James. Like the thing we invest in, when people get out, people get in. You know, that's pretty much what makes the price go up and down every day. You know, so with all the paper hands getting out, they might get out with maybe a profit of maybe 10% today, but if they held for the whole year, then they might actually get a return of, who knows, 1,000% or something. You never know. But if you believe in HCMC and believe what they're doing, then there's really no reason to actually sell. So did everyone have a good weekend though? What do you guys get up to the weekend? Khaled, I'm mad as hell. Why? Is that everyone's selling, yeah? Nah, look, guys, on the real, right? If you guys have had diamond hands when the price actually fell down to pretty much when the price fell down to 0.001 and you guys had diamond hands, like my hearts goes off to all you guys, like with your emotional intelligence. You guys are really, really strong emotionally. All right. If you guys held while the price was falling to that level, then there's no point selling now that the price is going up. Okay. So the whole, like they say, cut your losses short and let your winners run. So right now, HCMC is a winner for you right now. There's no point selling. All right, don't mind guys are like paper hands or maybe selling. Everyone's got their own risk tolerance. Everyone's got their own reasons to get in or get out of the market. But if you know your reasons for why you're getting in or why you're staying in, then just hold on to it, because look, there's potentially a lot to gain with HCMCIC because the price is really low right now. It's less than a penny. All right. So the fact that if it rises by a couple of zeros, if it gets to 10 cents and some of you guys holding 15 million, 1 million shares. So if it gets to them levels of like 1 cent, 10 cents, guys, like you guys will be out like getting a house out in the Bahamas somewhere chilling, NYC entry. HCMC owns the biggest 8 vape chains. Exactly. And with what their product being like vaping is actually very good, because it's a sort of an alternative to cigarettes and seen as somewhat more healthier alternative to cigarettes, so there's definitely a good market for it. I mean, Philip Morris, the technology that HCMC actually going for, the whole burning, not non-combustible technology. So the patent that they've actually got out on the technology, like the fact that Philip Morris have got a huge customer base with that, using that technology in the vaping, this is huge. So if HCMC actually win this lawsuit, guys, this will be enormous. All right, the outcome for this, HCMC will be on a whole new level, So, and also the share price will basically reflect in this. $6 projection is crazy, but it would be nice. Christopher, yeah, I think I saw like on Yahoo Finance there was some analysts were given I think by the end of year they were saying that it could go up to, I think, yeah, $6 or $5 or $6. Newport six go bye bye. That's true. But yeah, in truth though, like one of the investments or one of the companies I'm glad I got behind, to be honest, is HCMC. That's why I enjoy covering it on my channel because like basically you've got potentially a lot to gain from HCMC with very little risk. All right, because fundamentally they've got the lawsuit going and there could be a lot going in their favor. Like they've got a strong case in the lawsuit. And also technically, like pretty much the charts tell me a lot of good things each day. All right. I mean, it might be slow the way like the charts move, the way the price actually moves, it might be slow, but compared to other stocks, it might be slow, but it's still very stable and it's still really good. All right. And if we have a look actually if I have a look into the 15-minute chart and looking at the 15-minute chart, guys, look at this. I mean, looking at a candlestick, a hammer has just formed on the candlestick and hammer has formed on the resistance. All right. So if we scroll back, all right, it's too far, but the hammer has formed on the support, of 0.002. This was previously a resistance. So this support is actually in the gap. So the bears have not been able to fill this gap, right now. So intraday, this is a very good signal, okay? Because if the next 15 minutes, if this candle is bullish and effectively bullish engulfing or whatever pattern it shows, whatever candlestick pattern it shows, then if it's bullish, then this is a good sign that the rest of the day, it might actually pull back. The bulls might pull the price back up to this level of 0.003 and intraday resistance level. So this level is intraday is key. It's pulling up again. Yeah, Gareth, I agree with that. Like intraday is definitely pulling up. Looking at the hammer candlestick, which or some of you might know it as a pin bar. So it's a hammer candlestick or a pin bar. So this is a very good bullish candlestick pattern. So what this indicates that is basically the bears have brought the price down to a certain level, but the bulls have pulled back the price a lot, which shows that there's a lot of demand around that level. And around this price, there's a lot of demand. So guys, I just want to pull up the Ichimoku, which I don't know if any of you guys have come across the Ichimoku. So basically, Ichimoku, the Ichimoku indicator. Pardon my Japanese, but so basically, how it works is similar to like a Bollinger Band, but it can tell a lot more details, like a lot more information about the price. So you've got the clouds. Okay, so you've got the outer cloud and then the inner cloud. All right. So basically, the way it goes is if the price is above, if it's in between the cloud, but if it's above the support, this line is effectively a support or resistance. So if it's between the cloud, but it's up, then pretty much that's bullish. So looking at the Ichimoku, it's intraday. This is a very strong, like bullish trend that's forming at the moment. And also above the 50 period moving average, so right now we're in a bullish trend on the intraday. And then if we have a look at the daily, and then if we have a look at, sorry guys, the chart is delayed. And then if we have a look at the daily, so looking at the Ichimoku and the fact that it's between this cloud, all right, if you're using the Ichimoku for it as a trading indicator, then technically you wouldn't trade or anything around in the cloud if the price is within the cloud. But why I'm showing you guys this is the fact that this was effectively a downtrend. All right, so the price came down to a strong downtrend, and it stayed in the downtrend for some time. So the price looks like it's actually getting towards the uptrend. All right, so if it breaks above this cloud, then we'll basically be in an uptrend again. And what usually happens in the Ichimoku is that if there's a price above this and it stays above the cloud, then we're in a strong bullish move. Like for instance, the price got above the Ichimoku around this level and the price just kept going up. All right, so it's something that if you guys want to do technical analysis, definitely look into the Ichimoku. It's a good indicator. It seems a bit complicated right now. Looks like it's all over the place at the moment, but if you can read into it and it actually makes sense. I'm going to pull back up the MACD. Hcmc has already made a lot of people good money. For the money, and long-term Hcmc will continue to make people good money. No, I agree with you, Jay, definitely, because I got in, like when I got into Hcmc around this point, the 26th of January, and I believe I got in with 400,000 shares. And part of the reason I got in, well, I believed in it, and I thought, you know what, because the price was so low, I bought a lot of shares, and part of it was like analysis, and another part was kind of like a YOLO trade. But when the price actually rose up to, I believe I sold some of my shares on this red candle, and basically like 0.004, I sold like half of my position, so just to get effectively profit. And then when the price came back down to this level, on the when the price came back down to the 50 period moving average, I bought. In fact, I bought a lot more shares. So I think I'm sitting at about 600,000 shares. So part of that was using my profit that I've made, and also the rest was just using some of my capital. So I definitely agree with you because, yeah, like HCMC in the long run, it's made like a huge return already, but in the long run, it's gonna, I believe, make a lot more. It's a solid group of investors who are willing to hold long term. Though some people have sold today, it's allowed others to buy. No, I definitely agree, John, because it's buy on the dip. Like if you strongly believe in a company, and a company like HCMC that have got a lot going for them at the moment, and looking at the chart, etc. Anytime there's a dip, guys, definitely load up on it. If you believe in it, I mean, remember, I'm not a financial advisor, all right? I just like this stock, so definitely load up on it, like I did, when the price went up. And part of the reason I sold some of my shares is because I saw this. It was effectively a inverted dragonfly doji that was formed here. So there was a lot of bearish pullback here. And looking at all these moves, all the moves upwards, there was actually a lot of bearish pullback within these candles. So the fact that I saw this inverted dragonfly doji, and then the next session was a bearish engulfing candle, I was like, you know what, guys, on a technical note, I gotta let some of my shares go just so I take some of the profit long term, because I've got a number of strategies. I've got long term strategies, and I've got like momentum swing or momentum intraday momentum plays. And although I was looking to hold this long term, that's why I didn't sell all of my shares. I just sold half of it because I treated this as a momentum play. So the fact that there was a bearish engulfing candle pattern that formed, then I was like, all right, let me get rid of some of my shares, and then I'll get back in on the dip. This stock has GameStop level hype revolving around it and a giant following. I agree. No, I definitely agree with that, because I believe like there's a couple of sites that show you the most popular um, tickers and the most popular stocks to invest in, and even stock weights and all that, like all these community-based apps, websites, etc. They have HCMC always at the top, all right, and for good reason. There's a reason there's so much hype around it. I mean, the thing is, it's more of an actual steady, stable company, all right, that has a lot going for it than actually a hype. There were a lot of people that are getting out now. They're getting out because the reason they got in was because of the hype. They just wanted to jump on the hype. All right. But what's left now is a lot of diamond. Look, the price has just been falling because all the people who got in on the hype effectively just got out. So that's why the price just kept falling and kept falling. But it's made a very good recovery. And from that recovery, what you can see is there's a lot of actual investors looking to hold this long term. Diamond hands like yourselves and myself, of course, like diamond hands were holding this strong. So this is long term. This is only going to go up. So right now we just need to flush out all the people who are just got in for the hype, etc. I mean, every stock pretty much has this, guys, especially towards like a news announcement or something. There's usually a huge surge in demand for the price, and then the price usually rises and then it falls. All right. I mean, look at with Tesla, the price just kept rising, and they had a recent earnings announcement. And even though the earnings announcement, they beat the earnings prediction, Tesla's share price still fell. So it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. The whole buy on the rumor, sell on the buy the rumor, sell the news kind of thing. So it is a load and hold movement. The shorter does Friday, your days, swings and paper hands make me sick. It's falling because people like you sold some or half along the days. Yeah, but I mean, a lot of people could get in and like get out, well, get back in on the dip, you know. Although, yeah, I did, although it was a couple of, we are fighting one of the biggest cigarette companies in the world. Yeah, so this is only going to take time. And like I mentioned, the fact that Philip Morris actually requested more time from the judge to basically get the things together, get the evidence, get everything. This is a very good sign for HCMC, because a company like Philip Morris, and HCMC is very small compared to Philip Morris as a company. So the fact that the case is actually still, or there's still the potential for a case, and the judge is considering both cases, etc., or both arguments, that's a good sign for HCMC, because you know what, they actually have a good case. So that's why I'm definitely holding long term. Like I says, I got back. Well, I didn't get back in because I didn't get out fully. I sold some, but I've pretty much doubled up my shares, and I'm holding for the long term now. When do they report earnings? Well, HCMC. They haven't. I don't believe they've announced when they report their earnings at the moment. One sec. Actually, so if we just have a look, actually, it said yeah, they already reported on the 5th of March. So just get back in. Yeah, so yeah, they already reported on the 5th of March. So the next earnings, I'm not sure when they're gonna report. Yeah, I agree with you, Jay. Again, this will be enormous for, like, if the judge announces that, you know what, yeah, let's go to court. You guys just argue out in court, etc. You've got sufficient evidence, etc., that can actually warrant a court case. Then that's going to be huge news, especially on the side of HCMC. It wouldn't really be good news for Philip Morris, but we don't care about Philip Morris. We care about HCMC right now, so it'll be great news for HCMC. You never know, guys. Kuban, you never know if like big whales actually get in. I think they might do, or what they might do is they might actually accumulate the position, all right, or maybe they've just been accumulating the position over time. Scared money don't make. Scared money don't make no money. Hold it, you will regret selling. Hold it like a quarterback with a football trying to make it. Nah, it's true. Earnings are on 5th of May. Really? I don't really use stock twits much, but I guess it's a good. Trey, there's no need chat nonsense. Like if you don't. Well, Hcmc. All right, so they're on the 5th of May. All right, that's good. Who's Trey? Who are you talking about? Yeah, and what? Tarot cards. All right, let's see. Hcmc's. Yeah, that's why I thought Kuban. Maybe he's mad. He sold all his shares like on the dip. He might be one of them. He buys high and sells low, right? Tarot cards. All right, so read the overview of unicorn day trader. It's money on a t-shirt. A great day. So the earnings are definitely on the 5th of May, yeah? This is common practice when the little company sues a giant company and has a high chance of winning the case. And due to Hcmc suing, I think it will be well worth. No, definitely will be definitely will be worth it. I think if they win the case, I think are they getting back some like claiming 3 billion or something like that there. Some ridiculous, which would definitely be good for the company. When do you resell? Conzio, when do we sell? It's up to you when you sell, but I don't. It's a good idea, I think, to hold for the long term, because you may sell now and then regret it in months to come. No day swings and fake diamond hands. Yeah, because as you can see, the price is actually there's a good pullback. Like I was saying, let's have a look at the 15-minute actually. All right, looking at the 15-minute intraday. Guys, there's already a good pullback on the 15-minute. The bulls all the diamond hands are coming in. So this kind of goes to show, even though the daily chart's the longer term, but goes to show that intraday, what happens intraday usually happens longer term. All right, like in terms of the price action movements and swings. So the fact that it's come down, like I was saying, that there's this hammer candlestick, and the next couple of sessions look like it's going to be bullish. So by the looks of things, I believe that we're going to head back up and we're going to have a very good bullish close. All right, so yeah, we're definitely looks like we're going to have a good bullish close. All right, because we're 4 o'clock right now in UK time, and 2 hours into the market open, and pretty much there's bullish pullback. So this is a good sign. I only have 15 million. Only. That's a lot of shares though. It's just been saying for the last 2 minutes. But sales from the new products will count in Q2. Let's see, Hcmc. Sorry guys, I'm just having a look on the website of Hcmc, trying to see, look for something. So let's have a look at the 21 moving average. All right, yeah. So the price, like on the technical note, the price is looking really good. I mean, it's above all the key moving averages, meaning that it's a strong bullish run. All right, it's a bullish trend that's formed, and it doesn't look like it's stopping anytime soon or going to stop at all. All right, so like there will definitely be some intraday like red candles, bearish moves, etc. But in the long run, I believe we're definitely going to see a lot of bullish moves. So many paper hands, but it's holding strong at 0.002. Yeah, they're the main reason why I joined HCMC long term. Be sure to give a shout out to Draw Some Sauce. He's a lawyer. Oh yeah, no, James, that guy is good. I've watched a couple of his videos, and I mean, I don't know much about like I'm no lawyer, but he's really explained things very well. I've checked him out, Draw Some Sauce. He's very good. On the legal side of things, he definitely is. He keeps you up to date with what's going on. Which way you look at HCMC today is still a great day for them. Jay, I totally agree with that because the fact that pre-market was up, all right, and it's staying up, this is a good sign, and basically between the gap between the 30th of basically the gap between Friday and today's session, it looks like it's not getting filled on the bearish side. So it means that there's a lot of demand, there's a lot of bulls in the market, and there's a lot of diamond hands. So especially with the earnings coming up. Yeah, Julian Saunders is good. Yeah, he is good. When to sell when you have enough money to buy your That's right, Doc. Definitely sell when you've got everything sorted, you've got your house and wherever you want, you're living good. And all you have to do the only worries that you have is worrying whether or not like watching pigs swimming in the Bahamas. That's when you know you've made it. What is your end of month end? All right, so Matthew, new viewer here. What is your end of month, end of year price target? All right, so my end of month price target, I would say by the looks of things, it looks very bullish at the moment. So I believe, it might be a bit of a swing, but I believe the price might actually head back up to the 0.0059 resistance and at least test it. And the reason I say that is because the last key resistance at 0.002 has been broken. And especially if today's session closes above this, or the next couple of sessions or daily sessions close above 0.002, then this is effectively going to be a very strong support. Okay, so the fact that this is a very strong support and the price is close to the strong support, then there'll be a lot of bullish moves to the next area to test is the 0.006. So to answer your question, end of month, I would say perhaps even 0.006 price. And end of year, if we have a look at the monthly, then end of year, to be honest, I could even end of year, it might be a stab in the dark, but end of year, I believe we could definitely get to maybe 1 cent or 10 cents, or even more. But looking at it optimistically, end of year could even be $1, especially with what's going on. HCMC is only going to attract a lot more investors. It's only going to attract a lot more people trying to get on board. So end of year, there's really no telling where it could be. But I believe it could possibly, if it keeps going the way it's going, it could possibly get to $1. Thanks. I have 1.3. Yeah. No, definitely. And here's to a lot of you guys and myself becoming millionaires by the end of the year, thanks to HCMC. But again, it's all riding on the court case. So like there's the two positive outcomes that could come out is the judge says, yeah, you guys, let's take it to court. And that would be good because if it goes to court, then HCMC will be able to fight the battle. And the fact that the judge is actually entertaining the case and reviewing it. And also Philip Morris have been asking for more time, and they have to put together their case, meaning that Philip Morris believes that HCMC actually have a case against them. So they have to prepare themselves. So if it does go to court, then this will only attract a lot more investors. A lot more people will be jumping on it. And two, if the judge says, you know what, I'm going to dismiss the case, but I'm going to dismiss it without prejudice, this is also a good outcome, because HCMC can turn around and say, you know what, they can go away, prepare the material, prepare all the case, build a better case, all the evidence, and then come back and take Philip Morris to court again. That's a good outcome. The outcome we don't want is that the judge dismisses with prejudice, because that means, you know what, it's game over for HCMC. And looking at the Draw Some Guy's video, he explained that very well. So guys, definitely if we definitely go to court, which I believe we are, I'm hyped about it. I'm hoping we do. All right. Then this is going to be great. It's going to be a great year. All right. I'm trying to get to 1 million shares low. I'm almost at 600K. Yeah, I'm at 600K at the moment. And I'm the same. Like every time, if it ever dips, every time it dips, I'm gonna get in. Like if it dips, if it goes way outside, like if it goes way high, the price, and then the dip is even higher, then I might just have to average up, because I believe strongly in HCMC. I don't mind averaging up because I'm holding for the long term. So the whole averaging doesn't really matter at the moment. One good thing to mention, the CEO of HCMC has a law degree, and the law firm HCMC hired is in the top 100 rank. Really? Okay. That's good then. And even confirms my point that HCMC have a strong case against Philip Morris. And Philip Morris, they might just be, pardon my French, they might just be shitting themselves. They're also able to try cases internationally, which is awesome. Yeah. No, and the fact that HCMC have a lot of like patents out, this is a good sign. And you're saying that they're able to try cases internationally. So who knows who else is infringing on HCMC's patent, because how these companies, all these big companies, a lot of these big companies operate, they usually find good technology, good information, good documents, whatever, from little companies that are not well known. And they effectively just use that information, use that technology, and claim it for their own. I mean, that's what pretty much Philip Morris is allegedly doing with HCMC. So the fact that HCMC have a lot of patents, I'm sure there's going to be a lot more lawsuits in the future. He can do as he pleases with his shares, and more power to him. I see why the wealthy put the money in hedge funds and short retail. Most of retail has no integrity. I agree, he can do what he wants. All right, so we'll just have a look. So all in all, how happy are you guys about what's going on with today's price action? That's the risk you are taking. Don't rely on other people. I agree, but if a bunch of people did the same thing, then it didn't hurt anyone. So how many shares have you guys got, if you don't mind me asking? Here's 1.3 mil. Run this race. Okay. People will be coming through portals to buy out HCMC after we win. Yeah. Now, guys, I'm loving these. I'm loving these numbers. You know, I really love how like we've actually built up an army support HCMC because they're a good company. All right. And pretty much, yeah, it's a great community. You know, I've not seen like it's hard to find a much better community than the one that's back in HCMC at the moment. You know, I'm glad and I'm happy to be part of this community. You know, so over time, some of you guys, 6 million shares, 1.5. You guys are in the millions of shares. Hoping I can join you guys one day. I'm just going to keep averaging up, buying more to get to 500. So all you guys like managed to get in HCMC fine, because I saw a lot of comments, a lot of people have been trying to reaching out to me asking where they can get HCMC and saying that brokers like eToro, etc., have not been offering HCMC. So I've been recommending the one that I use, Interactive Brokers, because I've not had any issues. So I was just wondering if you guys have been okay in terms of getting in HCMC and adding to your position, etc. Because I believe a while ago there was the whole issue where they stopped trading on HCMC. 44 million. Farm, you're going in. I'm out at 0.004, 4.5 mil. Oh. All right. Yeah, I don't, because I'm based in the UK, I'm not able to, I don't believe Ameritrade and E-Trade allow non-US clients. Because which is a shame because those are brokers I would have loved to join, like diversify my brokerage. So like, because obviously there's different, do like options trading, stock trading, etc. And also swing trading, all sorts of different strategies. So I like to have different brokers, or like to have different brokers that I can use different strategies on different brokers. Ameritrade to buy HCMC. All right, nice. Yeah, so how is, for the guys, awesome new products, is Ameritrade really good? And for all the guys who are with Ameritrade, are they good? Because when they start allowing like international clients, I'll definitely be jumping on them. Yeah, that's my problem with Binance. Okay. So speaking of Binance, who all here is getting into like crypto as well? A little sidetrack, because what I was thinking of doing was doing videos covering some cryptos. And if this is something you guys would like to see, then let me know in the comments. And also actually in the comments, while I could use this opportunity, guys, let me know the sort of stocks that you like to see like going forward on the channel, what you like to see on the channel, because this channel is all about you guys. So whatever you guys want to see, I'll provide. You know, so what kind of, oh, you love crypto. If you checked out Moon Token, Dogecoin, Hodgecoin. Yes, Samir is very good. Hodgecoin. All right. So what would you say is the best token at the moment? Little sidetrack. Safe Moon and HCMC. Yeah. Yeah, I quite like Moon Token as well. Safe Moon is really good. You know, I like the way it's just like it took off the price and it can make definitely recover, and it's got a lot of potential, Safe Moon, and there's a good community behind them as well. It's ever growing. Dogecoin. Check again to Safe Moon. Which platform trades Safe Moon? All right, so let's have a look. SafeMoon.net. Oh, team funding by now. All right, so just quickly go on. Safe. All right, so for the guys asking about how to buy Safe Moon, so on the website, so basically if you go on how to buy, so Pancake, Bitmart, and Whitebit, so there's some instructions. So you can see, and I'm fairly new to the whole crypto thing and something I'm looking into at the moment. I'm mainly focused on stocks, but crypto is definitely something I'm looking into. But yeah, I believe that's how you can. Honestly, Ethereum is your best bang for your buck right now. They're making big, consistent moves up. Yeah. Trending. Sorry, guys. I'm just looking into something at the moment. Welcome. So, which coins do you believe are like the best up and coming coins? As in ones that you can buy now and then hold for a couple of years that have got like Bitcoin potential. At the moment, no, I don't hold any crypto, but these are ones I'm covering on my channel at the moment, just getting some information and also getting some information for myself. But crypto is definitely something I'm looking to get into, because I believe there's a lot of potential with it, especially the fact that cryptos are like decentralized. So it's mainly like community based. So a lot of it is they'll, in terms of the price action, will be easier to sort of follow, and if there's a big community, it's all about the community. If the community within a token grows, then the price will just keep growing because a lot of people will just be buying into it and not many people be selling or so it's good. It's definitely a good thing to get in. A lot more, I would say, a bit more predictable than stocks, because with stocks you get you might have the issue of like hedge funds shorting. You might have all institutional. It's pretty much institutionally controlled, like stocks and shares, because they're the ones with the capital. So crypto is something I would like to get into. And and to be honest, I'm kind of pissed with the whole Bitcoin thing because I think in 2010, 2012, I had like 10 Bitcoin and I sold at the time. I wish I didn't. I guess because the whole crypto thing was new and I don't know, I didn't really see potential, but I wish I hadn't sold. I got my position in Ethereum 1300 in December, and for today already up. Oops, nice. That's what I like to see. It's all about the gains. I fear the government in the States will try to regulate crypto in the future once it starts to. No, I think you're right. I mean, definitely. I mean, the minute things start getting like hyped up, especially when there's a lot of money being made in something, you tend to find the governments wherever would start getting involved, and if they see that, and also with they'll try and regulate it because like the fact that it's easy to come up with a new token. I believe it's easy. You can create a new token, etc. And there's a lot of hype around crypto and people are jumping in. So there's a lot of risk involved in crypto. Although there's a lot of success stories that people are making a lot of money in cryptocurrencies, etc. But there's a lot of horror stories as well. People are losing money and some people might remortgage their house just so they can get into a certain coin or crypto. Even happens with stocks as well. But with crypto, I believe there'll be a lot of people complaining or a lot of people filing complaints, a lot of people not happy, etc., because they've lost a lot of money. So the governments will try to regulate it just to protect those people or to protect everyone, I guess. But in a way, I don't know. Would you guys want to want it to be regulated, or would you guys are you guys happy with it staying not non-regulated and decentralized? I definitely don't really agree with it being centralized because then somebody somewhere will be controlling it. But if it's decentralized, is good. But would you guys be okay with it being regulated in the future, like cryptos? Yeah. No way. It's better it stays decentralized. Yeah. I kind of agree. Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger don't like crypto because of its high volatility and lack of structure. But they're old school. If government regulates it, then price will fall big time. Yeah, I agree. I mean, there's no problem with it being volatile. I mean, that's you can. Of course, it's going to be volatile because a lot of people are jumping in, getting out. A lot of people, there's a lot of activity around cryptos, and the fact that it's decentralized will create a lot of volatility. So yeah, I agree. The likes of Warren Buffett's, who are like value investors, maybe they don't see value in crypto, and they definitely wouldn't jump on something like that. Certain cryptos will have to eventually be regulated and sanctioned by the government. Yeah, I mean, I don't really. The only part of the only involvement I wouldn't mind, I would like the government to get involved in, or I wouldn't mind the government to get involved in, is sort of making sure that, like, certain cryptos, if they pop up, making sure that they're not a scam. But I believe there's one, Certic, they already do that. So they already have a platform where they pretty much um, they pretty much review the safety of cryptos, like any crypto that's popped up, just to let people know. So I don't think, yeah, if there's any government involvement, it should only just be to make sure that there's no scams and that people are actually safe, because crypto is because investment, people just want to obviously make money, they want to be safe. So you need to make sure that they are. And there'll be a lot of new investors. It's crucial to make sure that they're safe. All right. Because they need to enjoy and see why investing is good. Imagine if the value of the dollar would fluctuate like Bitcoin. Would you owe it? Yeah, but to be honest, I mean, in forex, forex is very volatile. The dollar against the pound, the yen, anything like that. It's already very volatile. One day the dollar could be worth something, the next day it could be pretty much worthless against another currency. So, although there is some stability in that, but yeah, I believe over time, I believe some like Bitcoin and all these cryptos, it'll become less and less volatile because a lot more people will be holding on to it. A lot more people understand the dynamics of like the charts and the dynamics of how the price actually moves, the price movement. So whereas looking at like the dollar, it's been around for a long time. The charts have been around for a long time. The whole price action dynamics has been, people have been able to understand it. So it's a lot more stable. Like if the price goes to a certain level, a lot more people will be like, okay, well, it's oversold, so I can buy, or if it's overbought, I can sell. So that way it's moving in a cyclical manner, like it goes in cycles, whereas cryptos that are quite new, it's just mainly it's hype. 600 Irish, 600K shares. Yeah. But anyway, back to HCMC, and yeah, I'm liking the way the price is just staying above this resistance of 0.002. I'm loving the way the price is staying above there. So let's hope it closes above there, or let's hope it's a bullish close today. Because if it's a bullish close today, then guys, it's most likely going to move the way it did from the 26th of January. And it's going to head up and test the 0.006 resistance, and then I believe there's even a good chance, if it heads up towards this resistance, then there's a good chance that it's going to break it, especially seeing as the resistance has not actually been tested before. So it might, right now, it's a potential resistance right now. It's not been tested, so it's not a confirmed resistance. So we'll see. The price might actually just blow way past it and continue heading up, especially with Diamond Hands and a couple of you guys saying that you've got over 1 million shares, hundreds of thousands of shares, and myself, hundreds of thousands of shares. There's a lot of Diamond Hands, there's a huge army behind HCMC, and everyone is determined to get this price up. What's your average, if you don't mind me asking? So my average is actually, I got back in around this point. Well, I didn't get out. So I started, my average was 0.001. All right. So around here I got in, or 0.0005. All right. So my average, I believe, because I bought a couple more around here. So I believe my average is 0.0006. You know what? I'll just log and see. Sorry, my average is 0.0018. So I just had to log on to my broker for that. Yeah, 0.0018 is my average. Any recent updates for Hcmc? No recent updates. I mean, I checked the SEC filings and let's see, there was no. So SEC, there's no update. And even on the website, there's no new news, but there is I believe on the 5th of May, they've got the earnings. Let's see. So okay, so no, the last filing was on the 20th of April. So no new filings. The only updates I know about Hcmc, well, not really confirmed, it's alleged at the moment, but a lot of people are buying $100 worth of Hcmc stock to try and help get the price up. And also they've got the earnings on the 5th of May. So in 2 days, really, they've got the earnings. So are you holding strong, yeah? To use. My average was 0.0011. Added to my position now, it's 0.0014. Nice. 15 million shares and invested 3,100 so far, 5 million. Oops. Nah, respect, man, respect. Hope I could be like you one day, Doc. Amass 15 million shares. I mean, to be honest, I've got my portfolio at the moment is quite diverse. I've got a number of, I've got a number of shares, number of stocks, etc. in my portfolio. But I really don't mind. I wouldn't mind selling some at a profit and then getting into Hcmc, adding my position, building it right out. Especially with the price falling, a lot of people may have thought that, what, in fact, I saw in a few places that even YouTube videos I saw, people were saying, oh, this is going to be the end for Hcmc, etc. And look at the recovery. Yeah, I think I may do that. The minute it dips, if it closes bearish, if today's session closes bearish and there's a bullish move, etc. around. Basically, if this support holds at 0.0024, if the support holds, then maybe a Wednesday session, I think I'm just gonna average up. I'm gonna buy more. Might even throw 1K at it, you know. What other stocks are you bullish on at the moment? All right, so what are the stocks am I bullish on at the moment? So I've got, well, at the moment it's, let's see. At the moment it's really just, I'm kind of at the moment value investing. So it's really I've got like Coca-Cola, and I've got Lemonade, I've got Johnson and Johnson. So partly long-term value investing, and also like dividends. So I believe strongly in having a dividend portfolio, you know, so no matter what the price does, I can make money on it, really. But I think in terms of like one I'm most bullish on at the moment, I would say is HCMC. That'd be really, can get back in after your gains. Yeah, I mean, if things like my Johnson and Johnson, Coca-Cola, and I sold quite a few of my stocks. I had like Facebook, sold a couple of my Facebook stock actually to get in extra in HCMC, you know, so yeah, the first week of April when everyone was selling, I was buying. Yeah, it's always good idea to buy on the dip. My average cost is 0.0021, 241,000 shares. My first entry was around 0.004, my second entry and third. Okay, nice. Yeah, I think in truth, I think this is it for HCMC in terms of now heading upwards. I don't believe if there is a dip, I don't believe there'll be much dips, you know, especially well with this earnings on the 5th of May. I think if we do see like a sale on the news kind of thing, then I don't think it'll be much, because I believe we're definitely on the way up now to 0.006. So effectively where we were before to test this resistance. Opinions on Bantech. All right, so let's have a look at Bantech at the moment there. Bant. So Bant. Oops, Bant. All right, so having a look at the Bantech at the moment. So looking at the share, are you in, first of all, are you in Bantech? And do you want a technical analysis or just an overview? In fact, I'll give you a technical analysis right now. So looking at Bantech right now, I'm liking the chart already. All right. So first of all, the price has fallen and it's testing this support. So it's testing this support at 0.001 or 0.01. All right, it's testing that support. And why this is a good support is because there's been a base built. All right, so it started off, the price fell down, and there's been a bullish engulfing pattern. And effectively, there's just been a load of like bearish and bullish presence in the market at this level. So the fact that the bears haven't actually pushed the price further down is a good sign. And that base is being built up. And also this level was previously a resistance. So the resistance was around this area. So the resistance having a dark cloud cover candlestick. and also a shooting star candlestick. So basically that was a good resistance, and it got broken on the 19th. So I'll say you're in good. I'll say right now, if you're in, oh, you currently own 150K. Okay. I'll say right now it's getting ready to recover. Okay. Or it's recovering. And looking at the 21 moving average, it's right at the 21 moving average. Although if we zoom in, it's broken the 21 moving average at the moment, but not to worry. It's basically between the 21 moving average and the support. So if I have a look at actually, let's see intraday just to see what's going on intraday. Okay, so looking at intraday, there's already some bullish pullback intraday. And again, it's sitting on the 21 moving average, round about the 21 moving average of the intraday. So if it breaks above this moving average intraday, then we can definitely see some good news on the daily. But it just really needs to break above the 21 moving average at the moment. But let's have a look at the 50. Okay, so on the 50 moving average is below the 50 moving average. So it's been below there. So on the longer term, it's in a bearish move. But looking at it, pure price action, it's right at a support. So what I would say is if this support holds, okay, for the next couple of sessions, then which it may very well do, then you can definitely see some bullish recovery in the market. And if we have a look, let's have a look monthly. Okay, so looking at it monthly, of course, we're just in a new month, but if we look at the volume on the monthly, so the bullish volume has been insane. So something's been driving this price up. Okay, so and in the monthly it broke, it's pretty much caused there's a resistance at here on the monthly at 0.04. But looking at the volume bearish volume has actually been decreasing. Okay, so in March it was at 1 billion shares being traded, and then April is 500 million shares being traded, and it was below the average, okay, of shares being traded, which means that looking at price action, the fact that was a bearish engulfing pattern, I would have expected on the monthly, I would have expected a very good bullish or very good bearish move following that bearish engulfing. So I would have expected this big bearish move in April. But the fact that we didn't really get it in April, or the bears didn't really get it, and there's a lot of bullish pullback. So there was pullback from March and April. And looking at starting new month, there's some pullback. And I believe this month might be bullish, and it might be actually the first. If he closes like on a bullish engulfing candle pattern, then the next couple of months might be good for yourself. And especially seeing as the price has actually deviated, it's not deviated too far away from the 50 moving average. But if it deviates far enough from the moving average, then what you tend to find is that the price reverts back to the mean. So the mean actually being the moving average. You know, you find some, like for instance, looking at here, the price deviated away from the moving average, far away from the moving average, bullish direction, and then it reverted back to the moon. It reverted back to the mean. Although the bulls tried to bring the price or try to keep the price above the 50 moving average, but the bears trickled the way down below the 50 moving average. So I would say you're looking in, I would say it could be pretty bullish on this in the long term. Or is it? Trend 212. Is anyone else in Bantech that they can recommend a broker? I can only recommend Interactive Brokers, the one that I'm in at the moment. And I'm not sure about Weibo because they're not allowing, even though they're sponsoring my videos, they're not allowing international clients, which is a shame because I would like to jump on that platform. But if I have a look at Interactive Brokers, I'll see if I can try and place an order on Bantech at the moment for you guys. Bant Pink. Yeah, it's allowing me to place an order on banned. So I believe you can definitely get it on Interactive Brokers. It has been banned for around 2/3 month on 212. Just bought 2 million on the dip. Yeah. You know, dip buying really good, especially looking at the price right now. There's a lot of pullback at this support. So, and the fact that there's been a base, the bells haven't actually been able to bring the price down. And guys, look at this. For the guys that are in Bantech, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, the bears they're just trying to bring this price below this. So this is looking like a very sweet support right now. All right, so I believe the price may actually head back up and test this 50 moving average. So the 50 moving average right now it's acting as a resistance. You know, it's a dynamic resistance right now. So if the price heads back and tests it, but before it tests it, there's actually a resistance that's formed here. Well, resistance zone between these levels, between the level of 0.00013 and 0.15. All right, so if it just gets above these levels, then it can head up to the 50 moving average. But what you might find is as the price is heading towards this resistance, it might actually coincide with a 50 moving average. You know, so the 50 moving average is definitely one to watch. You know, if the price gets above it, then you're good, because the 50 moving average is effectively looking at the price average. Is the average price over the like 50 periods. So 50 periods, if you're on the daily chart, then it's the 50 days. So taking data from the last 50 days and averaging it out. So that's why you tend to find it's a very good dynamic support. So it moves with the price. Can you look at surge pace, please? All right, no worries. I can do that. Surge pace. All right, surge. All right, so I'm gonna look at surge. Okay, so right now, surge pace is actually in a range bound. All right, so it's in a range between. Technically, it's in a range between 39 cents and 37 cents. That's your support zone, okay? And the highs of the range is effectively 52 cents, and looking at pretty much the tip of the candle wick is 57 cents. So you're in a range bound between 39 cents and 52 cents. All right, and also the price right now is below the 50 moving average. So as you can see, the price broke above the 50 moving average, and it's just hanging around it. And part of the reason it's hanging around it is because it happens to be in between a range. So what I would say, looking at the range, is that it's pretty much on its way. If it breaks above again like Bantech, if it breaks above the 50 moving average, then it can definitely head up to test the resistance of the range, or it could just continue being in the range for a while. But looking at the range, the resistance zone of the range actually coincides with this gap up. So there was a gap up on the 18th of February and the 19th of February. So this gap up was filled by the bears. So this effectively caused a resistance. So the nature of gaps is, if you see a gap in the market, which is very common in stocks. So if there's a gap in the market, if it gaps up, then what you can effectively intraday, if the price stays above that gap, then you can see that as a good support going forward. Or if it goes below the gap intraday, then you can see effectively it's broken down. The price is getting broken down. So what I think about this surge is having a look at, as well as the range bound, it's no surprise that the RSI is around 48. The value of the RSI is 48 at the moment. But what I would say is, just to see, it might be in the range bound for quite a while, or there might be some demand that will push this price above the 50 moving average. However, if the price gets above if the price gets above the 50 moving average and stays above it, then I believe there might be enough momentum to actually push it forward. As we can see, there's not been much apart from pretty much the reversal on the 23rd of April and the 26th of April. Apart from that, there's not been much volume flowing through this. So there's not much going on. I would say it's pretty much wait for a catalyst or wait to see if a catalyst can help push this. Do you live stream often? First one I've seen. Lenny, no, actually, this has been my second live stream ever on the channel. But to be honest, doing it, I'm loving it. So it's definitely something I'm gonna do going forward, and even though the live stream, like for instance, I'm looking at Hcmc or the live streams about Hcmc, but I want to use that as an opportunity for you guys to ask me anything, even about myself personally, or about charts or anything, any stocks you guys are looking at. Have a look to, I'll be more than happy to share my knowledge with you guys, what I think. If you guys want to look at the technical analysis, or you guys want to look at the fundamental analysis, I mean, I love, this is what I love doing, like I can sit all day looking at charts, all right, and can sit all day looking at companies, stuff. So it's definitely something that I would love doing going forward and plan to do going forward. What celebrities do you think or know of who are invested in Hcmc? At the moment, I don't know of any celebrities that are invested in Hcmc or endorsing it, but you might find that there's a lot of going forward that, especially as Hcmc gets a bit more hype around it and a bit more, as well as hype, but actual knowledge around it, like people figure out what Hcmc, see Hcmc as the good company that they are, and actually get behind Hcmc. Then once news travels fast, so once news gets around, then trust me, celebrities will love to jump on that, and the minute they jump on it, then that's it, the price will just take off, especially if you guys can try and get Elon Musk to tweet about Hcmc and watch the price get to $10 in a day. Oh, really? Okay. Bill. Oh, when did they give the shout out? And also, lastly, just to finish off on Surge, looking at the MACD, there might actually be, in fact, looking at it, there's a golden cross that's formed on the MACD. So if this golden cross holds, so although this is below the 50 moving average, the price is below the 50 moving average, then this golden cross, this shows that technically it's in an uptrend. So I believe the price might actually head towards this resistance and test it, and if it breaks this resistance, then because it's been in a range bound for some time, if it breaks this resistance, then definitely there'll be a lot of momentum to push the price even further. And it's got a couple of resistances to break. So it's got this 66 and 70, and also it's got the all-time high. It's got the all-time high of 85 to break. All right, so what's your background, and have you looked at tickers USWS? Cheers, bro. All right, so James, what my background, funny enough, I'm actually a systems engineer. So predominantly I've worked in the aviation sector. So it's actually a far cry away from what I do now. So you can see this as a passion. Like I'll see I'm self-taught in terms of investment and chart analysis and all that. Self-taught. I started off Forex, and because I just loved it. Like, well, for the most part, I thought I was one of these guys. I thought, you know what, I can get rich. I heard people saying they got rich on Forex, made millions. So of course your boy jumped on that hype, started with Forex, shortly found out that it's going to take a lot more actual reading up and understanding. Just like when you anything you want to find out information, you want to get good at something, you have to read up on it, right? So from Forex, I went into like stocks. I still do some Forex on the side, but mainly stocks. And then from there, went into options trading. And then, options trading, stocks, and dividend plays, long-term investment. So a bit of everything, really. So I've just been finding different strategies that work best with, I could be a momentum play, could be long-term value investor, etc. So what is your HCMC prediction high for this week? Also, if we squeeze out the shorts, wouldn't that allow HCMC stock to price? Yeah, so looking at HCMC, so price prediction for this week, again, I mean, seeing as it's the start of the week and the price is pretty much gapped up above this resistance. So I'll wait on a technical note. I'll wait to see, first of all, if the price holds above this resistance, which is now a support. So if the price holds above the support of 0.002 for a couple of sessions, then for me, that would have confirmed the support as being a good support. And going forward, especially with the earnings, then I can see the price heading towards, if nothing else, the price will head up in anticipation for the earnings and the demand being there for the earnings. So a lot of guys might drive the price up, both people investing and those looking to play as a momentum play. So the price might actually head up to 0.00559. And looking at the weekly chart looks solid. In fact, the weekly chart actually looks a lot better at the moment. I'll just wait till it updates the weekly chart for you guys. All right, yeah. So looking at the weekly chart, it actually looks really good because as you can see, the price has just been falling. You know, it fell towards a 50 moving average. Let's just see if it's actually at the 21. Okay, yeah, even better. As you can see, the price actually fell towards the 21 moving average. And this is my point. I'm proving that moving averages are very good dynamic support and resistances. So the values you want to look for, or the key values, are the 21, the 50, the 100, and the 200. Although the 100 is not really used much, but the 200 definitely. So the price fell towards this 21 moving average on the weekly, and it's actually head back up. So it's so right now it's in an uptrend on the week. So to end the week, it might actually retest, it might actually get up to this high of the weekly high of 0.003, sorry. So it might actually get up to this high, you know, so the bears might just be playing around for until the middle of the week, and then the price might actually get to this high. So to answer your question, the end of the week, I would say it's likely that it could get to 0.003, or it might even get even higher. All right. So it might, you never know, it might surge up and just test this resistance. Because right now the bulls will be trying to test this resistance. So the resistance is at the 0.005 resistance is actually a good key resistance on the weekly, the daily, and also the monthly. Okay, so although I would say it's more of a potential resistance because right now it's not been tested. So I like to wait to see if supports and resistances have been tested. Okay, so the short squeeze will be today or either on the 4th. Okay, so the short squeeze might actually be leading up to it. It might be leading up to it, but I think rather than the short squeeze, I think it might just be more of people selling selling at a profit or just getting out HCMC or wherever. Like everyone's got their own takes on the market or whatever, their own strategies. So whatever reason, it might just be them, like the red candle might just be them getting out of the market for whatever reason. But once they all get out of the market, then people be getting in, because the fact that they're getting out would add some selling pressure to the market, and people trying to get in, investors trying to get in, diamond hands trying to get in or average up, they'll be seeing a dip. So a dip is a good opportunity for them to get in at a lower price. When are the earnings? Konzo, I believe the earnings are on the 5th of May. Just dropped my $100. Yeah. Once we have heard from the judge for motion to dismiss, then Hcmc will go higher. Yeah. Hopefully the judge comes back with positive news, as in wants to get like lets the case go ahead or dismisses without prejudice. I feel sorry for Apple. All these companies are suing Apple every. Yeah. It's funny with like speaking of Apple, right? It's funny that the products, I mean, I love like MacBooks and iPhones and everything, but it's funny how whenever they come out with new models, they usually take something away. Like for instance, when they came out with the 10, they took away the whole home button that's on the iPhone. And I recently got a couple of new MacBook Pros, like, because I just needed to upgrade. So, and I realized that, you know what, I've got a new MacBook Pros and there's no HDMI port, there's no USB port. I've just got I believe, the Thunderbolt ports. So I had to go out and buy extensions. So I'm like, you know what, you pay all that money for a product, and on top of that, you're paying more money to use your product. So it's a good strategy in terms if you're a greedy company. But hey, you don't. I believe they're $1 trillion company, so you don't become $1 trillion company by not being greedy, or become as big as them by not being greedy. They take away a lot of the stuff that Samsung engineered. Yeah. And one of the things I liked about Samsungs and like Android phones is you have a lot more control over your device, whereas iPhones, that they're good because they're easier to use for if you just want to do quick things on it, like whatever, and they're good with all the apps, etc. I believe that's what made them big, that they had an app for everything. So everyone was loving all the apps that you can get. Yeah, what's your average, if you don't mind me asking? And guys, so me going live, is this something you guys would like to see going forward on the channel? Because if it is, then I'm happy to oblige. And I can just be going live. We can just be looking at chart stocks, etc. Like whatever you guys want to look at, and of course there'll be a main focus to the video. But again, I can just be looking at things. The reason I'm holding is because I want to become the father and husband that I envision myself to be. Right now, I'm struggling with work and want to marry my love so badly. I hope, pray. Kuban, amen to that. And that's what investing is all about. I mean, like I was saying, I'm a system engineer, and I love doing this, like investing as well. I love charts, etc. But definitely, there's a lot of the opportunities that like investing and trading definitely give you the life that you want. But you know what? Just stay optimistic. Keep your head up, man. Definitely, HCMC is going to pull through. I believe in them. I have faith. This is the only HCMC live on YouTube that I found so far. Oh, really? So why is it dropping? Is it due to paper hands? Damn good answer, man. Yeah. I believe it's dropping mainly, like, yeah, people are getting out on a profit, or they're just getting out paper hands, etc. Yeah, so there's no other reason to it, like fundamentally or technically, there's no other reason to it. In fact, on a technical base, then it's actually a bad idea for people to be selling, because we just this gap up, and it looks like the paper hands and the bears are actually struggling to fill this gap. Okay, so if basically if the price closes above 0.002, then it's a good sign. So it's a bad time to sell your shares at the moment. Perhaps even a good time to add on to your shares. But remember, I'm not a financial advisor. I just like this stock. Am I the only fool that put money in instead of taking it out today? No, I don't. Well, cap can. It depends. I mean, what I would have asked is why you got into HCMC in the first place. All right. I mean, if you believe in the company, then putting in money is not putting money is not a bad thing. If you believe in the company going forward and you want to hold it long term, then that's definitely not a bad thing. Filter out the short and paper hands. Yeah, Mikami, I believe I agree with that, because what you're left with after this sell off or wherever, if there is a sell off, is you're just going to be left with diamond hands and people who are actually investors. So there's a difference between investors and traders. Investors hold long term. Traders just usually scalp or day trade, and to be honest, there's definitely nothing wrong with that. But you're going to be left with investors going long term. Just like as the price fell, that would have been a lot of people who have been getting out and the base has been formed. So what that base tells me is that what we're left with at that price is investors, because people stopped selling and people started buying. So it went from supply to demand. I'm working to get my oops. Oh, yeah, that 2008 wasn't fun. It's probably people running low earnings, running where watching CNBC talking about patience on Zoom and watching this channel. Yeah. Or what area of medicine are you specialized in a specific area of medicine, or are you like generic? Because I've got my oldest brother. He's a doctor. He lives out in the States. Actually, he used to stay in New York, and he recently moved out to Florida. Oh, physical therapist. Nice, nice. This is temporary big gains coming. I can tell. Can't tell if it's my only opportunity like this because I got shaky. Do you own shares? And yeah, own shares, Sparky, I own shares in Hcmc, currently sitting at 600,000. I believe 30, 40 will be the new hold point. Yeah, it could be. I mean, we'll see what happens if this 0.003 or 0.0034 actually holds or ends as a potential resistance. Then we'll see what the price action does. But I believe, yeah, for me right now, the main points are the main resistance is for me where 0.002 and then 0.002 and 0.005. Those were the main areas for me, or main resistances. But the 0.002 right now is a good support, and it's holding as a good support. So there's a lot of diamond hands at that area. We got to pray. Yeah, no, it's true, John. We definitely need to. Will it go back, Taj? Will it go back up? Yeah, I believe it will go back up. I mean, look what happened. The price fell down to 0.001 and it's back up. All right, so block out all the noise you may see on the internet, etc. Like people, they've got paper hands, etc. And just like I always say in my videos, just believe in, like, if you get behind a company, then you need to get behind a company for a good reason, okay, and then stick with that reason. All right, because what you don't want is your emotions creeping up, and like you got behind a company because you believed it was solid, and then maybe you see a couple of intraday volatile bearish moves, and then you start panicking and you totally forget why you got in behind that company in the first place. So if you believed in HCMC, stick with it and run with it. But I'm not a financial advisor. Okay, my wife is mental health, so I'm covered. Anyone investing in DKMR? The company is called XFC. It's an MMA company. Oh, really? Currently, I've not heard of it. DKMR. Let's see. No, I've not heard of it, but that's good. Let's see. Buying at 31 is better than buying at its old higher. Now, I agree with that. Should definitely be buying on the dips. Will be higher. Since the pump really came right before the open market, do you think it's possible for the small pump to have a sell-off so they can cover the shorts easier? To have a sell-off. It depends, but I think we'll just need to wait to see what the price does. But I believe the fact that the bears are actually struggling to fill this gap, I believe that's saying something that there's a strong bullish move. There's a lot of demand in this stock right now. So yeah, I think I'm very bullish on this right now, if I have to be honest with you. Even more bullish than I was before, because finally finally it's recovered, and I believe it's going to get back to that 0.006 level. If all diamond hands select to buy the proposed HCMC offering after SEC approve of the discounted price, when is that a no-brainer scenario that HCMC will go higher to? Yeah, I mean, like I read in a couple of Reddit and a couple of areas on the net that people were banding together and buying $100 of shares of HCMC to help drive this price up. So if everyone bands together, and starts buying, then the demand for this stock will be insane, and it can easily get high. I mean, look what happened before, like when HCMC was a hype, everyone was like, oh my God, there's this stock that's got the company that's got a lawsuit that's coming out. They can win the lawsuit, etc. And then boom, the share price just rose. I mean, before that, HCMC's price pretty much hadn't budged from 0.0001. All right. And then the minute there was a lot of hype around it, there was a lot of demand. So if people band together to drive this up, then I mean, the basics of stock is supply and demand, or the basics of anything, even business, whatever, supply and demand. So if there's a lot of demand, then it drives the price up because there's less supply, which makes that item or that stock more valuable. So people will be wanting to buy at a higher price, or if they want to buy, they have to buy at a higher price. If it's the no-brainers, and then buying dips is Leo, I agree with that. If you believe in the company, then yeah, it's a no-brainer to be buying on dips, and if it's a long-term investment, then you don't need to worry about averaging down or averaging up. Don't really need to worry about your average. It's all about accumulating the number of shares, basically building out your position, so that way when you get to the price that you want it, then, or you can just hold the long term, and then it can effectively just pay off whatever you're looking, or fund the lifestyle that you want. No, they are creating the new shares. Yep. Initially, it won't be worth raising the price. When you think HCMC will hit 0.6, it might be a bit optimistic to believe that it might hit it in this week or leading up to basically the earnings on the 5th, which is in a couple of days. So we'll see what happens, if the earnings, if people actually jump on and they create a lot more demand for the stock on the 5th, then it can easily get to test this. But the way the share price has been moving right now, I can definitely see it getting towards testing this in the next couple of weeks if it continues moving the way it's moving at the moment. They need a war chest for the lawsuit. My next buy is going to be Core One Labs, Magic Mushroom Therapy. This is a good long-term hold. Daryl, can I ask why you're looking to get into Core One Labs? I mean, this is the first I'm hearing about them, but just you're mentioning you believe it might be a good investment. So perhaps other people might. I can quickly go over the chart and let you guys know what I think just while we're at it. For anyone else who wants to or maybe looking to get in. Looks like they used most of the shots early. Yeah. I mean, a lot of to be honest, what I honestly believe in my experience of technical analysis and trading is that a lot of people saw that, the pre-market is up. All right. So it got a lot of people gassed. It got a lot of people feeling some type of way, so they would have just been like, as soon as market opens, let me sell. And then some people might have been like, the flip side to that coin is some people might have been like, you know what? Oh my God, pre-market is up. HCMC is recovering. It's got life back, etc. So let me get in. So you saw some push upwards after the market opened, but I think for now the dominant force is people selling at a profit or selling their shares for whatever reason. Clary, yeah, stop pulling out giggity. But yeah, I agree. But again, it's people that maybe they just want to sell the at a profit, etc. Someone said the judge could add some comments in addition to providing his approval. Those comments may give some indication that both parties are working together. Really? Where did you see this? That's good. Oh, really? Oh, that's good to hear, Daryl. So he's recovering, or he's recovering, because that's not good. It's like I had a friend from high school, and he went off to join the army. He wanted me to join the Air Force, but anyway, I believe he's not the same. He did a couple of tours in Afghanistan, and he's not the same. It's a shame. Okay, yeah, yeah, sure thing. Is the guy Jossum? Is it Jossum? Because he's awesome with his um law explanations. Pretty much explained a lot to me. Explained a lot for me when I watched his videos. Hcmc rocket, yeah. People buying and George will not dismiss positive ER. Can this be 0.1 with all three combinations? 23, yeah, definitely could. Maybe not. You never know. It could even get to a penny, or maybe half a penny at least to where it was before. It might even smash through the half a penny resistance. See my friends as well scared by that. Hope your friend recovers. Yeah, me too. I mean, yeah, can't imagine like what he was exposed to. Like war is not a good thing. What is your price prediction on HCMC? Do you think it will go above 1 cent? I think long term by end of year, I believe it could definitely get to, I believe even 10 cents. But I'm being optimistic in saying that $1. But then again, a lot is riding on this lawsuit and basically and the company, how they operate as a company. So, because of course, if the company continues to operate well and the lawsuit appears to be going in their favor as the year progresses, then there'll be a lot more demand. There'll be a lot more people jumping on it, wanting to invest in them. So they can easily get to 10 cents, $1 by the end of the year. Still bullish on, I was friends with this guy. Still bullish on Zom. Yeah, I'm still actually, yeah, I'm still bullish on Zom. I mean, I've got my average on Zom was 50 cent or is 50 cents. So I'm still bullish on Zom going long term. And the thing about Zom is that because they're looking, first of all, they're looking to get away from the whole distribution side of things and effectively be like a self-distributor. So sell their own. So they're going to be the point of contact for their products. So the Trueforma, I believe they've got a lot of potential and it's a smart move because they're cutting out the middleman they're going straight to themselves or they're getting straight they're effectively getting directly to the customers. And also the fact that they've got Trueforma, they've got it's been approved and stuff and it's commercialized, they can start selling it. I mean, there's a lot of pet owners worldwide, all right? And in the United States alone, there's a lot of pet owners. So and pet lovers, and especially in the UK, there's a lot of pet lovers, so people are going to need to take their pets to vets, etc. So make sure that the welfare of the pets are good. So the more that all these clinics and veterinarians start using Trueforma or knowing about Trueforma, and the more that Trueforma actually becomes a standardized equipment for diagnosis rather, then this will only be very good. So long term, I would say Zom is a good hold personally. So I'm looking to hold long term. Oh, this room has gotten big. Yeah. No, it's insane. Is the earning report coming out 5th of 5th, or is that just a possibility? To be honest, I only figured out about the earnings report coming out on the 5th of May from one of you guys commenting in the section. So I believe it is the 5th of May. I couldn't see it anywhere else. So I'm not sure where I believe they got the information from StockWits, but then again, StockWits, they're very good and on point with the latest information. So I would believe that they do have an earnings coming out on the 5th. I love that response. Good point, Clary. With Biden's PM and MO will make a settlement and licensing offering to Hcmc soon. Yeah, Clary, let's hope so. But either way, I'm holding diamond hands all the way. I'm averaging down on Zom. Yeah. I mean, what you tend to find is like especially with the buying rumor, sell news, and there was a lot of demand towards Zom's stock, and in the lead up to pretty much the announcement that they're going to commercialize the Trueforma. And the minute that announcement came out, the price fell. So a lot of people may have been wondering why that was the case, but I would say predominantly is the whole people selling on the news and they want to profit take or whatever. But long term, the company, I believe, is solid. Fundamentally, the company is solid and they've got a lot of plans for the company and they're planning, they actually want to execute those plans. Like I mentioned, the fact that they're looking to take away the whole distribution side of things. So allowing distributors to sell Trueforma, etc., and actually being their own point of contact to sell Trueforma, I believe that's a very good move for any business because you're cutting out the middleman. And also, they've got a product now. They're only going to get more products, and the more products, especially if Trueforma is a success, then they'll only gain a lot of respect from people. Oof, yeah, just looking at Dodge's price, man, that's a nice run. You got Dodge, Daryl. Yes, I heard about the lawsuit, but is that a good or bad thing for them? Bad thing for HCMC, or for good or bad thing for HCMC? Kim, when do you think we'll hear something from the judge? I'm not sure. I actually thought it was the 5th of May. Sorry, I thought it was going to be today. But I'm hearing that it might be this week or next week. So let's hope it's soon. Yeah, the lawsuit is a good thing for HCMC and even better thing if they win it. Thanks, Marcus, for filling them in and hold. The last thing I see. Oops, 2G's worth. Okay, I'm going to buy some. Thank you. Nice, Gyro. Welcome to the army. Yeah, that's what I thought. And partially the whole people wanting to band together and allegedly people banding together and buying $100 worth of HCMC stock. Either way, that's a good thing. And the main reason why it's a good thing is that they're proving that they actually can move the stock. They're proving the whole supply and demand theory. The more demand, the stock is going to go up. So this is good. Everyone's saying that is, yeah. So, doctor, is there any date or is it just this week? No more pump and dump. If we stick together, we can have more than if we people. No, it's true, Clary. I totally agree with that. I mean, a lot of people don't see the bigger picture. All right, the bigger picture here is that there's a lot going on for HCMC, and right now this whole lawsuit could take months, even years. All right. So it might be one of these, just keep adding to your position, or just buy and forget, look back in maybe 5 years' time and find out that your portfolio is $1 million in the green and you don't even know where that came from, because a lot. And looking at in the short term, like in the daily and the weekly term, etc., looking at it, the Bears, new month, new week, etc., the Bears are pretty much just like trying to close this gap. So they're struggling to break. Effectively, they're testing this as a support. All right. So like if it holds above this, then guys, we're definitely on the way. Well, first steps towards heading to the moon. Well, technically, the first step was on the 16th of April, but now we're taking big leaps. FDA approval based on full combustion. H- HCMC patients are based on half combustion. PM products currently work on half combustion, and that's what HCMC has to prove. Yeah, but I believe HCMC will put together a good case because, in a way, a lot of the success of the company is riding on the lawsuit. although fundamentally they're good. Like they've got so many patents out. So as a company, they're good innovators, so they've got that part and also this lawsuit. And the fact that, see, if they win the lawsuit against Philip Morris, which is a huge company, that will say a lot. All eyes will be on HCMC. Why is Dogecoin 33? Where is the contribution to society? Well, Doge is Doge. Because Doge is Doge. Crazy how HCMC is struggling to make a penny with healthy options, hiring people paying taxes. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of, in terms of like the share price of a company, there's a lot that actually influences it. There's a lot of micro, macro, even sentimental influences in the share price, which basically means that if, like, for instance, when there's a good news on a company, it doesn't make sense that the share price may drop, or for subsequent days or weeks after that, it doesn't make sense that the share price may drop, but then again, the good news is one part of it. There's other factors influencing the share price. I can't find the earnings report now. Data is currently unavailable. Yeah, when I try search for it, it comes up that, well, it just comes up the last earnings that they had in March or something. So yeah. Yeah. Crypto is definitely something I'm looking into. I need to do a bit more research into. I'm still quite new to crypto, but that's interesting though. So inflationary, Doge's inflationary means people have to buy X amount every minute to keep the price up. In current trend, all deflationary tokens are rising. Okay. Leo, can you name a couple of other good tokens? Because as part of my research, I like to have a look at other tokens and just sort of try compare. Like with stocks, whenever you're trying to get in, you have to look at the sector, look at competitions, any other. So I like to sort of get to know a lot of coins. And also, where's the main area that, like, the charts that where's the main area that you can find, like, for instance, for stocks, you can just go on TradingView and you can check every stock, any company that's trading. Where is there a chart similar to TradingView for Doge, or you can use TradingView for Doge, innit? Yeah, I just answered my own question. Doge dollar. Holo coin. So hold, I guess. Oh, guys, did you guys check out I think DLT? What was it? DLT Bitcoin. I had a couple of friends that told me about, I think on Friday, they told me about DLT Bitcoin, and they says that it's gonna take off. And I was just like, all right, I'll watch it, because right now I'm not into crypto. I like to do a bit more research before I get my feet wet. But they were looking at it. So I was looking at the price, actually. I believe it was yesterday. No, it was on Saturday, actually. Sorry. I was looking at the price on Saturday and it took off, but it was like literally 1 minute. So it looked like a pump and dump to me. Into ANKR. NKR. USD tethers. Okay. So is crypto something you guys would like to see me do on my channel, like upload videos on crypto? So Is this something you guys would like to see? SNDL showing size of sundial. Or let's see sundial. Yeah, so sundial grows it's been an interesting one as well. But looking at it right now, yeah, it looks like it's heading back down to test this support. Let me just do it. So it's heading down to test this support, which is a very good support at the moment at 78 cents. So the reason it's a support is because it was previously a resistance, and every time the price touched it, there was every time the price touched it, there was extra activity. So when it first got to the price, the bears took it off and brought it down, and then the price rose up, tested it, and then the most recent breakout from the price. So basically, every time the price has come to this level of 78 cents, there's been some extra activity. So we'll see what the price actually does. But I believe SNDL, yeah, it could recover. Kathy Woods says she was hot for SAMP. Yeah, I've heard about SAMP having a lot of potential. But really, oof. Yeah, look at that. Nah, I think SAMP is onto something. And looking at it, if it breaks above this 21 MA there, then the 21 MA is a very good momentum indicator. So if it breaks above it, then the momentum will be quite strong towards the upside. So it could head up to test this resistance at 0.007. So we'll see, especially if Kathy Woods is looking to get in it, or finally, yes, absolutely. I was going to specify the legit ones I did my research on. You have made videos on SafeMoon, but that token has already taken off 1.5. Yeah, I would recommend looking into Druid below 1400 addresses who do donations to. Yeah, no, definitely. Thanks for that, because like, let's see, Druid. Because I like to find out about things before they take off. Good coin. Good token. Yeah, could definitely. Yeah, I'll have a look into Jude. Catwood says she was hot. SafeMoon is the one. Yeah, you like SafeMoon. Yeah, I think SafeMoon might recover. Actually, there's a lot of growing interest in SafeMoon. So a lot more people, as the community grows behind SafeMoon, then they'll of course just be donating or buying into SafeMoon, and or just grow. I believe the CEO made a speech of SafeMoon. Was it yesterday or something? I didn't catch it though. SafeMoon already wrong. Shipped to Mars and launched back to Earth, bro. Yeah. So maybe for a lot of people, that was a one-way ticket. They're just sitting on Mars right now with the profits. 9302 Sun, but it's on the hot list of BBware. Yeah. BlackBerryware. Yeah. Yeah. Looking at SAMP right now, I think it does. I mean, for those who are invested in SAMP right now, I would say if it closes above the 21 MA, then I think it can definitely, like I was saying, head up to 0.007, which right now is actually a resistance. And if it breaks that, then it can definitely be on the way to the moon. The moon right now being your first obstacle, basically, before you leave Earth, you need to get past 0.02 rather. And then once you pass that, then you're well on your way to the moon. SafeMoon rewards you for holding the token, but it's already made its move. Now Druid is the next SafeMoon. Yeah. What's the What's the ticker for Jude? Because I tried typing Jude and I couldn't see anything. So let's see, Jude. Imagine buying SafeMoon when it was 7 days old. Jude is now 7 days old. I personally verified all the donation receipts to hospitals. Okay. Jude. You guys Scottish or well, I'm Scottish. Needs to break out soon. Send you a link. Yeah, please do. You could either drop the link in the comment section for everyone to see, or you can send me in my email. Definitely want to have a look into. I mean, I could always do a video on it just to spread the awareness to Jude and let people get in before, if they want to get in, of course, because I'm not a financial advisor. I keep saying, but sent it, but it's not showing up. Yeah, you can send it to my email. So investor. So you can send it to my email. Oh yeah, somebody just posted my email. All right, thanks for that. Oh, they're saying it didn't work either. All right, so you know what? In my actually. Sorry guys, I'm just gonna update the video just to have some description on it. Forgot there's actually no description. Sorry guys. Let's see. All right, guys, I just updated the description. So within that, it's got my email, so you can go ahead and send it to my email. I can't see any comments. I'll try refreshing the browser. I just updated it now, so yeah, it's updated. So you can go ahead and send it, and then I'll have a look. So is there any stocks you guys want me to look at? Let's try this way. Open the website, judebse.info. Grandfather and his 11 brothers came from Port of Brim. Yeah. Don't forget to watch SNL this Saturday. Elon will be hosting. Should be interesting. I'm sure there will be a lot of small hints thrown. Yeah, I'll definitely be tuning in. So other than that. All right. I'm on the website of Jude, so I'll check it out. I'll check it out offline and then see what I can see. Save to bookmarks. Cool. The token runs on Binance Smart Chain and have a look at INND here in AidCo going to Kush and Walmartson. All right, cool. INND. Okay, filings, market securities registration. All right, so I'll go through the chart of INND and then I can have a look on SEC filings just to see what's going on fundamentally with the company, with Interscope here in tech. All right, so again, it looks like it's entering a range bound actually. Recently broke out of the range bound, but it's back in it. So the range bound between 0.03 and 0.01, or to be more accurate, 0.01. So again, pretty much the price just fell below the 21. So we'll see actually what the price is done. If it actually, we'll see if the price, first of all, actually looking at there's a support right here. So we'll see this bullish engulfing candle created a support. So we'll see what the price does at 0.02. And if it actually breaks this or if it holds as a support, then we can definitely be on the way back up, I believe, above this 21 moving average and the resistance. So let's have a look at the 50. Yeah, it looks like that they're trying to break, or they're currently breaking the 50 moving average. So we'll have a look to see actually if this is a false break or not. But by the looks of things, it might possibly be a false break because right now the volume leading to breaking the 50 moving average is actually quite low. All right, even though market's still in session, we've got pretty much like less than a quarter of the average volume being traded. So we'll see what the price does. But right now, we're looking to, first of all, to see if it stays in this range bound or if it actually heads up to test this resistance at 0.03 and break it. Okay, so notice, termination, registration under blah, blah, blah. So nothing. 10 Qs. Annual report from December quarterly earnings. Affected by the earnings. Okay, so currently on the 10Q of its so state below reasonable way. Transition. Looks like they didn't file their 10Qs, so not necessarily a good thing for the company, or a bad thing for the company, actually, the fact that they didn't file their 10Qs. So they could perhaps just file it later. Maybe they're still drawing up the figures. Where do you see Hcmc in 5 years? Hcmc. Where do I see in 5 years? Well, I hope to see it at $1 or above $1, but a lot is riding on the lawsuit, so we'll see. Again, lawsuits and court cases could take a while, they could take years, but if the judge comes back saying that, you know what, yeah, let's go to court, I'll let you guys go to court, etc., and then this will be a good thing, and it could be the start to something beautiful for Hcmc, because it means that they've got a good solid case. So in 5 years' time, maybe the court case is already ended and Hcmc has won. But like I was saying, a lot of it is riding on the court case right now, and also what the company does, like as a company, and the fact that they've now created, I believe they've now created an Instagram account, so meaning that they're trying to get a social presence, which is key. So this will be good. This is really good for them, because that means that they can actually turn around and start getting like direct contact with the customers, keeping the customers and the investors up to date. This will be great. J Pong, I see Hcmc at $5 and five. Yeah, let's hope so. I'll drink to that. If that actually happens, right, I'll personally, I don't know how big my YouTube channel will be or whatever, but I'll personally hold an event for the Hcmc army. Like we'll all get together and just have a drink to that. If that happens, because that would be awesome. I believe that 0.0025 is the support. Yeah, you're right. 0.0025 is definitely the support. So I've got the line here. This was previously a resistance, a good resistance that was broken on very good volume on the 30th of April. So looking at it technically, the price action, very good volume spike, broke the resistance. And then looking at the RSI is getting towards overbought, and which doesn't mean the price is going to start falling, but it's a good sign that, there's actually good momentum, and the RSI, there's positive momentum, there's positive RSI divergence towards that breakout. And also looking at the MACD, there is in a golden cross, and the histogram is showing very good volume in the golden cross. And one thing, although this is a red candle right now, it seems bearish and it can maybe make some people panic. But if you look at the MACD, actually, the golden cross is getting stronger, all right? And also, the histogram is still showing that it's green, the volume is increasing on the histogram, So this shows that perhaps a lot of people are just getting out now, or warrant shorts or whatever, but this is it gearing up to a bullish run, I think. According to the MACD, it's a positive sign. Yeah, well, how $5? Well, I could definitely optimistically see $1, but like if the lawsuit actually if the lawsuit goes ahead, right, the court case goes ahead, and is heading to the case is going towards leaning towards HCMC's favor, then there's really no reason why this can't get to like $1. Because the fact that the price right now is less than 1 penny, it's much easier to climb up a couple of zeros and get towards $1 than it is for other stocks to perhaps get to maybe $100, $10. So, and with the lawsuit, if it goes ahead and as it's getting more and more popular and getting more and more attention and becoming more popular, it will only drive more investors towards it, which will then drive the price up. Price at end of the week. So the price at end of the week, I would say, again, wait to see what the price does around this level, because the fact that there was a gap up, this has created or is potentially created a support. All right. So if the price stays above this line, the price stays above the line of 0.003 or 0.0024, sorry, then for a couple of sessions, then I can see the price heading towards 0.005, the previous all-time high. But whether that will happen this week, I'm not sure. It might take a couple of weeks, especially I heard that there's the earnings on the 5th of May, which is a couple of days. So we'll see what happens there. There might be, if there is an earnings on the 5th of May, then we might see a slight sell-off because of the selling the news, which it's not a bad thing. It's just something people do. They usually buy a rumor because they believe there's going to be a lot of demand that will drive the price up in anticipation for a earnings announcement or a news announcement or an event. And then the minute the event happens or the announcement is made, then they sell at a profit. Amos, do you think it will hit 0.005 at the end of the week? I'm hoping it does, but it might take 2 weeks or a couple of weeks to hit. But right now, the price is bullish. They start to potentially a bullish trend. So it will only drive more demand towards it, especially if a lot of people that maybe previously got out of HCMC because they saw the price falling, they might be looking to get back in and rushing to get back in. You won't believe the amount of comments and emails and people reaching out to me asking where they can buy HCMC. So there's a lot of interest towards HCMC and people are trying to stock up on HCMC. So this will only drive the price higher. Philip Morris should try to settle fast after judge denied dismissal because the IQS will still be selling. Yeah. Honestly, I feel HCMC will hit 25 cents 2 years from current day. Yeah. You may be right, Jay. Honestly, you may be right, because the way HCMC, the price has been moving is a mad one still. Like it's crazy. And the way it's just recovered, because let's face it, if that was really just if they move from the 26th of January up to the 12th of February, so basically that huge move, if that was really just a pump and dump, then this price would have pretty much got back to 0.0001. All right. But the fact that it's recovered means that there's a lot of investors actually holding on to HCMC. Bro, there's an article saying that we should act like AMC Game Saga. What of the last 2 codes, please? Everybody just buy $100 and yeah, I saw that. I saw that, and then I saw the pre-market was up, and I just had to jump on the live with you guys, because I usually cover HCMC, but rather than doing a video and upload it, I just thought do it live and also get to know you guys, because I appreciate every single one of you guys tuning in and even watching my videos. Subscribe to me if you're subscribed. I appreciate every single one of you guys. So I just thought, if you guys want to get to know me a bit more or get to know stocks, whatever stocks you're following, if you want just some review of it, then I'm more than happy to do that. Hi there. When can I invest in HCMs? Where can I invest in HCMC? A couple of guys are saying you can do it in Ameritrade and E-Trade. And also, from my experience, you can definitely do it in interactive brokers. So whichever one of those brokers, if you're based in the US, then definitely Ameritrade or E-Trade. I believe they're very good trading platforms, brokers. But if you're outside the US, then I would suggest interactive brokers, even if you're based in the US, whichever one is where I got my CMC there. Yeah. Oh, Fidelity as well. UPT on the move, 600 this week. Okay. Vessel token. So yeah, check out one of those brokers. Yeah, get a kettle on. I might get some as well. My missus just brought up some coffee. You know, she might be. So what kind of teas do you drink? Because being all English, I prefer my Tetley. So is everyone you don't do coffee? I have about 70 different kinds. Oh, nice. Funny enough, right? I never actually drank or used to like coffee until I started, well, my university days. I got a job as a barista in Starbucks. Before that, I had never actually tried coffee or anything. So, being the fact that I was making coffee for effectively as a job, I just started trying it. And before I knew it, I was wired to the moon because the amount of coffee I was drinking like within an hour, I was like, I was like, why is there no hole in this wall? If you guys watch Family Guy, do you think it's, oh, yeah, 70 different kinds. Yeah, I like stuff like hibiscus, robust tea, all these green teas. I really like them. And I like traditional teas, like Tetley, Yorkshire. I can only kind of British teas. I don't know if you guys, I'm sure there's like tea bag companies or tea companies that are based in the United States and Canada and worldwide, but I know what I know. Hi, do you guys think HCMC will reach half a dollar? Yeah, I think it's with what's going on, I believe it's possible, especially if this lawsuit goes in the favor of HCMC or leans towards HCMC's favor, and they come to, first of all, the court case has to go ahead, so the judge has to approve of it or dismiss without prejudice. But HCMC coming with a strong case. If they come with a strong case, then I believe, yeah, because it'll be one of these the small guy taking on the giant kind of. When do you think HCMC? When do you think, or if HCMC will pay dividends? Well, first of all, they need to be making a profit, and but I believe that could again it just the next couple of years for HCMC, I think, are crucial, especially with this lawsuit, hypothetically speaking, right? So let's say they do win the lawsuit and they get a ton of cash, like in compensation for it. Then they can use that cash effectively, buy back their shares, and they can pretty much just use that to expand the company, have the funds for new strategies, business strategies, more resources, etc. And this will draw a lot more attention towards the company, and people start investing in the company. And then the company will effectively start when they get that patent back, they'll be getting royalties for if people want to use that, either use that patent or they can be building their own products with the patent. And then this will just be really like this will just be really good because a lot of investors will be drawn to it, a lot of business people will be investing into it, and they'll get a lot of recognition for it. And then they'll just be a very profitable company. And then once they start getting profitable, or once they're consistently profitable, then they'll the most likely start up that dividend program or start up paying dividends to their shareholders and whatnot. But when they will start paying this, I'm not sure. But again, we'll see what happens with the lawsuit. Starbucks buys the cheapest coffee and burns the crap out of it to cover up the taste. Oh, I feel attacked. But yeah, but on the real though, like yeah, there's Star Starbucks was good, but yeah, you can get there's a lot nicer alternatives than Starbucks. I quite like a Costa. I like black tea. Oh, nice. Yeah, black tea is good. Like no milk, just get it strong, straight. We're at with Hcmc SP. What do you mean, Jason? What do you mean? Daryl just got a pound of his hibiscus tea from Amazon. I mix it with Indo black tea. Oh, nice. Yeah, I might place an order actually for some hibiscus and Earl Grey. I don't know if you guys have probably heard of Earl Grey. That's good. I like that as well. Jay, so I'm just reading some older comments. Jay, I'm from the United States and I like to drink coffee in the morning and tea in the evening. Oh, nice. Oh, share price. Sorry, guy. Sorry, Jason. Um, yeah, we're at share price. So the share price right now is 0.020025. So we're pretty much at the moment because there was a gap up. So we're just waiting to see really if the bears can fill that gap and drive the price down. If they can, if they fail to fill that gap, then this is a good support. This is a good support level, and we can see from here on. We can see potentially a lot more green candles. I love a wee cup of tea with bit of milk. True Scotsman. Yeah, I like 2 scoops of sugar. No. Share price is $34. Hold on, people. Yeah, definitely diamond hands. Gotta hold our shares long term. It's a great community behind HCMC. I live in Nebraska and I can't get a decent cuppa. Oh, you know what? Like, it's funny. My brother stays in Florida. He used to stay in New York, but one of the things he missed was like shortbread and iron brew. Every time it comes to pre-COVID, every time it comes to Scotland, he just stocks up on iron brew and like shortbread. So for you guys in the United States and not from Scotland, iron brew is like a staple drink for Scotland. Like if you come to Scotland, you have to try iron brew. It's arguably one of the best. Sugar is bad for you. Use have a yeah, I need to cut down on my sugar intake actually. I pretty much have sugar with everything. It's crazy. Mad sweet tooth. If HCMC pays dividends, what will the dividend share be? It depends really on the profits that they make. So if a company makes a profit, and depend on the profit they make, they pay dividends. So you get companies, and also depend on how profitable they are or how consistently profitable a company is. This will determine pretty much whether, one, they continue paying dividends, or two, if they can up their dividends. So for companies like Coca-Cola, Johnson and Johnson, and a couple of others, like some real estate companies that pay dividends every year, all these all these companies have been around for a time, like 50 years, etc., and they've been consistently profitable. Every year, the dividend payout goes up. So it can start from it can be 1 cent a share, or it could be 40 cents a share, or it could be $1 a share, but they usually do as a percentage of the profit. Oh, Hugh. And Haggis and Greg's donuts. Oh man. You made me hungry now. Might pop to Greg's after this live, and just to get some of that steak bakes and chicken bake. Oh man, Greg's. Nah, you made me hungry. My mouth's watering now. Jay, sugar and salt is bad. I cut those out of my diet and lost. Oh, nice. Jay, can you give me some tips on how you can amass the willpower to cut out sugar and salt from your diet? Because me, I'm too weak. Like I can't go without sugar on anything. We holding or selling it, Hcmc. Hamza, now we holding over here, I believe. I'm definitely holding. But remember, I'm not a financial advisor. I just like this stock. I drink a lot of water now. Oh, nice. Yeah. It's good to clean out, especially clear out your kidneys and stuff. Water is good. I love water, but if sugar and water was nice, then I'll definitely be having sugary water. We have a UK section at the market here, brown bread in a can, and then nasty veggie more. Yeah, maybe it's a small English holding. Are we heading to point 20 cents? Well, we definitely could be heading towards 20 cents, but we've got a couple of hurdles to overcome. First of all, we need to see if they're doing the earnings on the 5th of May. And if they do, the outcome of the earnings, and also this lawsuit, to see if basically the judge's response. I think a lot of people are waiting to see what the judge responds with. Force yourself at first, then within a couple of weeks, it will become much easier. Now, I like that response, Jay. I like that response. I'll try that. Try and make it a habit for myself, make it a lifestyle rather than a chore. I switched my bread also from white to wheat. Yeah, me too. I switched mine from white to wheat. I was finding, like, and because my main, like, my full-time job really is an engineer. It's office based, although I'm working from home. So a lot of the time I'm sitting down. And what I found is with bread, it tends to give you like mad love handles. So it's one of those. I just had to get myself back in the gym, and yeah, cut out a lot of like carbs, really. Even pastas. I now eat, like, have brown pasta, pretty much a lot of healthier alternatives. Biology student. Oh, nice. Are you enjoying it? In my opinion, it is far too soon to sell. Marcus, I agree with you on that. It's definitely far too soon to sell. You may find yourself, if you do sell, you may find yourself regretting it later on, like, what, oh crap, when a lot of people are sitting on the moon and they're waiting for they're sitting on the moon because of their profits, and they're still sitting on the shares. You'll be down in earth wondering, I shouldn't have sold. But I'm no financial advisor. Okay, nice. After oxaloate, all right, I'll just say acid is part of your citric acid cycle. Okay. So is that to do that's to do with your like pH balance and balancing, yeah? I did a little chemistry in high school. That's as far as my chemistry and amino acids and all that stuff. Probably showing my ignorance towards chemistry, but yeah. Or the biology side of chemistry. They're doing an offering. I think Ezekiel, they're doing an offering. HCMC, I think they were planning, they wanted to do an hang on, I was announced the followers. Yeah, they want to do like an offering, but it's not like a dilution of shares. But first of all, they have to fill out the form S1 with the SEC just to say, look, we want to offer more shares to our investors, etc. So yeah, they're doing a share offering, or they want to do a share offering, but it's not. I don't believe it's not a dilution of shares. So it's not a bad thing. Uh, me too. While I gained some weight over the last year, while the gym was closed due to the COVID lockdown, but now I'm back in the gym and losing weight. Oh, nice. Yeah, me and the missus, we recently bought a new house, and the first thing I did with the garage was half convert it to a gym. So I've just got my car sitting outside, and I use the garage for the gym. It's like I haven't looked back since. Although it's still kind of a struggle because the gym is right there. You can easily get to it, and you're just like you still have to give yourself give yourself that extra boost, or give myself that extra boost. But I've been doing pretty decent in the gym because Lord knows this COVID lockdown, I've lost it. I've forgotten how to do a press up, or bench press or something like that. But it's good. No making that ATP when you're not making ATP is when you're going to crave sugar. Yeah. We convert glucose into ATP. So what's ATP, if you don't mind? Break down glucose to make ATP. So that's like energy, yeah? The energy that you need. And if you don't use up the energy, then it just gets stored as fat, etc. Yeah. I might be redeeming myself. Late here. All right. No problem. Better late than never. How you doing, D? I didn't know. Okay. Cool. So what's Okay, so D, what's HCMC saying? So right now, it's saying a lot of good things actually, because first of all, there's the gap up, and so right now it's really just to fill this gap or have this gap hold as a support, and then from there, if it holds as a support, then I believe we're definitely on the way up to test 0.005 resistance. Or first of all, test 0.003 to see if it's a resistance at the moment. If it is, then we'll hold that. If it is, then the price might just bounce between 0.003 and 0.002 for some time. So basically basically be range bound. And then if it breaks above that, then definitely the next stop will be 0.005. But for now, I would say we're more likely to get towards 0.005, depending on what the price is saying in the next couple of sessions. We use phosphates. to run our biological functions. Okay, Jay, I think it is a good idea to create an at-home gym because who knows, we could easily go back into lockdown again due to these new go. No, it's very true, and especially office-based work where like sitting all day. I mean, my job is exciting. I love it. Sitting all day designing like basically military hardware, and systems. So designing those all day is great, but you're sitting all day and your legs effectively there's not much blood circulation around the legs. So instead of going for walks, I decided, what, let me just create a gym, build my gym, and then just jump on the treadmill at lunchtime, have some water. Instead of eating a lot, just eat light, gym, workout. Especially with summer around the corner, and if they ease the lockdown, then definitely need to. And there's a saying in Scotland where whenever there's some sun, they say tops off, which basically means your tops come off, like your shirt comes off. And so definitely I want this summer my top to be off. Dogecoin millionaire, Dodge May 8th. All right. So what's going on, Dodge May 8th? Yeah, D. How many shares you got in HCMC D, if you don't mind me asking? And back to your point, your comment, Jay. And I think for personally, this COVID has opened my eyes, and I believe it may have opened a lot of people's eyes as to how quickly what people know as the norm, like society knows as the norm, can quickly change. I mean, before that, the norm was you'd go out, there's a lot of freedoms, even going to the likes of the cinema or the movie theaters, all that, like we may have been taking those for granted, like how we were so free. And then this lockdown has opened my eyes. So I'm definitely gonna make like more out of life, just do things. As soon as they open up, like they allow people to travel, I'm out. I'm just gonna be traveling places, whether it be Europe or go to United States. So, but if I'm gonna go to the United States, but if I'm gonna go to places like Europe or different countries, like say Spain or even United States, I can definitely let you guys know. I'll put a comment out there, and then could do it like meet and greet to like some of you guys who have subbed to my channel, just to meet you guys. So lay off the bread and yeasties. Yeah. If possible, laying off the bread. But again, I love a toast in the morning. So I cut down from white bread to like wheat, brown bread and stuff. So me at 2.5 mil. Nice. I got 1.4 mil shares in HCMC. Oh, nice. Ish. All my guys are ballers. All my guys are ballers. I work at home also. I fix and build, sell computers, gaming systems, which businesses has been very good because everyone got into games and bought computers during lockdown. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's a very good business to be in, Jay, I believe. Especially like I saw a meme actually, and it was people, like everybody in lockdown, and this guy crying on the bench, right? And then it's like gamers in lockdown and they're all laughing because they love it, so there's been, and even on YouTube there's been an increase in like gaming channels and stuff like that. I love playing games myself, like mainly Xbox and like um console games, but I've got a couple of, I'm kind of old school in my computer games, like Counter-Strike and Left 4 Dead and all of those, and Command and Conquer, which is really old school, but I like strategy games. Wow, these someday we could be, yeah. No, Daryl, definitely one day we're gonna be all HCMC millionaires. And when our kids, grandkids, and family members ask how we're millionaires, we just say HCMC fam. Should have bought more. It was more of test though. Yeah. Well, now that you've tested the waters, we'll see what the price does. You can always, if it's a long-term hold, you could always average up. But I'm not a financial advisor. Okay, low bar. When will they meet to meet end? Sorry, what do you mean? Where do I think the price will go today? Unfortunately, I think the price may probably just stay at around this level of 0.0026, and I believe it may close bearish. And the reason for that is, again, because there was a gap up in pre-market. A lot of people would have been selling their shares, or selling at a profit or wherever. So it might be bearish. So right now, I believe where the price is at the moment, I believe it's likely to close there because it's holding, it's right at a support, and it's been trying to break the support for some time. But it could either break the support and close, fill the gap, or it can just close above it. If it closes above the support line of 0.0024, then we're laughing, because the next couple of sessions it could be pretty much bullish, and it can effectively just form another base around here. As we all know, the HCMC's price action has been somewhat slow, but it's been pretty much consistent throughout. So we'll just need to wait and see what the price says. Health, food, and weed. Yeah, unfortunately, that's illegal where I'm from. So I can only look from a distance at all my California friends and other people got it legalized. Also, I have been flipping video cards, the new ones, which are very hard to get if you are lucky to grab some of these. Oh, nice. So like I think the last what's the best video card you can you can suggest actually? Because I was looking to upgrade mine. I think mine is actually pretty old because I just play around with old games, on the PC. But I think I've got a Nvidia GeForce GTX something. Oops, who's farm? New Jordan just added now for 44.7 million shares farm. I think you're the real OG on HCMC right now. Yeah, be careful. You might end up being an ambassador for HCMC because man, that's mad. Josh, exactly. That's a lot. News on court case. The court case, I heard that the judge is to respond this week or even next week. Sorry, guys, give me 1 sec. I'm just gonna get my laptop charged. I'm just gonna get my laptop charger so I can keep it charged and I can stay with you guys. That's me back. Okay, so then there's a lot news on court case. Yeah, so this week or next week, I believe. I have a position in a Cana UK fund. Okay. Is that a long-term position, or is the squeeze over? It went to all-time high 0.0035 and is now at 26. No, not necessarily. Again, we'll just see what the price is gonna do right now. But I don't believe it could be over. I believe there's still some more movement and potential with the share price. I believe it could continue heading up. So, Carlos, where can I buy? So, I believe Fidelity, Interactive Brokers, Ameritrade, and E-Trade. Will we still see it going to 1 cent, 20 cents like they already? Yeah, well, I mean, to be honest, if the lawsuit leans towards Hcmc, first of all, if the judge says, yeah, the court case can go ahead, and if the case is going towards Hcmc, then I believe the price can easily rise towards 1 cent or 20 cents, but this could take time. All right, it's not, most likely not going to take a couple of days or weeks. You wouldn't see it. You likely wouldn't see a couple of days or weeks. HCMC, what happened to HCMC day? I know the price is falling, but we'll see what's going on. And the fact that there was a gap up and it's recently broke out a good support, I believe it's positive. HCMC day was a bit of a flop, in my opinion. They're very hard to buy. Every video I mentioned up above has been out of stock for 20 months. RTX 36, 360, 370, 380. Okay, AMD. Okay, so I tried to buy and resell for double the money. Okay, nice. Yeah, I'll have a look because I want to get back into online gaming as well, like PC gaming. They're very hard to stock. 500 times the drop stores. Okay. Robert Osborne, it was up, then went down. I feel that happened because the people that was in just I think a lot of people are profit taking at the moment, so we'll see. I mean, and also if a lot of people were buying $100 worth of HCMC stock, then I believe they'll be holding on to that HCMC stock because right now they've proven that they can actually send this price to the moon. So, and how guys on Reddit get and stock weights, and like if they see they can move something, they get all excited, and rightfully so. They should do, because all any stock needs is demand, right? So if you create the demand, whether you band together or whatever, if there's an event, whatever creates that demand, then the price will go through the roof or go to the moon. Thanks, people. I'm holding 44. So I have to then hold her. Okay. Sounds like a plan. Sounds like a plan, Neil. Time to trip. It was over 40% this morning. Yeah, it's that gap up. Now there's a lot of people. That's a good sign because it means a lot of people are jumping on this, and right now the volume is 15.6 billion. It's way over the average. And looking at the MACD histogram, it's still showing that it's a strong bullish move. And partly because the strong bullish move was the gap up. It will be, Neil, it will be back. Yeah, I agree with that. Jinwang, I was thinking we are going to make the history for OTC and HCMC day. Yeah, Jay, thanks for the list of graphics cards. I'll check them out. Do I know how to build computers? I do a little bit, but I've got a brother who knows. He builds his own computer, so I can definitely tap into his brain and get some info and basically share his experience. But I agree with you that it will be much cheaper because there's websites where you can build your own computer from scratch, and you basically just pick the parts that you want, etc. And it always, more often than not, it works out to be much cheaper than if you go into one of these stores that are selling it, because of course they have to sell it at a markup to make profit. Michelle, yeah, I believe HCMC will be back up. I mean, at one point, in fact, not too long ago, last month, actually, this time last month, HCMC was down at 0.009. Now it's up at 0.002. So I believe HCMC will go up. I mean, the thing about the stock market, it goes up and it goes up and it goes down. All right. So as long as over time it goes up, and right now HCMC over time is going up, especially it's above the 21 moving average. It's above the 21 moving average. It just broke above the 50 moving average, and it's most likely heading towards the 100 moving average. Actually, it's above the 100 moving average. So all of these are very good signs, which means that in the short term, mid-term, and long term, that this price is bullish. HCMC is bullish. And the price even came down to the 100 moving average, and it's held there as a support. It clung to it, and then from there it bounced off it, which shows that there's a lot of momentum towards the share price. So I definitely believe it will be up. It will stay up. So right now it's just intraday volatility. So people sell in for whatever reason. So if you have to explain this already, but why did HCMC? A couple of reasons, but I think one of the main reasons I saw places where people were trying to band together to put $100 to buy $100 worth of HCMC stock, and also, I mean, I thought that the judge was to respond today on the 3rd of March, so that was again, that might be a reason why it's up as well, because maybe a lot of people anticipated the response from the judge today. And maybe partially that's why it's even down, because maybe people thought, you know what, the judge is going to respond 3rd of May, it's going to fly, and maybe he's not responded yet. He's not. I don't think he's responded yet, or he's to respond this week. So it might have been an anticlimax for a lot of people. But again, those will be people that just look, or investors that are looking to hold this as a momentum play. Do I have a budget for my computer price? Well, understanding that gaming computers could be are expensive, so I would say up to about 4K. But looking in that range, I was looking at like Alienware, etc. But yeah, definitely want to build a computer. So I would say price about 4K. Take 5 HTP at night. A lot of fat burning takes place when you sleep. Yeah, I'll try that, definitely. It didn't work for me before, like sleeping and fat burning before, because I'll just wake up at like 5 in the morning and start eating. But now I just sleep through the night. So yeah, it definitely helps because I know it's a difference. Hcmc is now 21. Rolly, don't worry. Don't worry. I mean, if you're looking to hold it long term, then this intraday volatility shouldn't be something to worry about. Zach, so now I'll wait another 4 months for another spike. Well, you never know. But a lot of it is riding on this. There's a lot of uncertainty around the lawsuit. So um, that can that can attribute to the fact why the share price is actually very stagnant at the moment, and there's not much movement in it, and there could be other influential factors in it. No Hcmc will have another spike soon when the judge announces the lawsuit will go into discovery or court. Yeah. And let's hope that, Jay, let's hope that the judge gets back ASAP, because a lot of diamond hands want to see some good returns. I bought 100K Hcmc when it was 0.005. What do you reckon I do moving forward? Wish I would. Well, Lizzie, I'll always say it's entirely up to you what you do. But again, think about it this way. What do you why did you buy Hcmc stock? Did you buy because you believed in the company long term, the fundamentals, etc., or did you buy because you believe the price is going to go up, meaning that it's a momentum play for you? And if you answer those questions for yourself, then you pretty much have the answers to what you should do with your stock. But long term, I see potential in Hcmc. I'm holding my Hcmc long term. You will not need 4K to build an elite gaming PC. You can do it for 1,500 or less. Nice. Even better. When is the judge announcement? Frank, I believe the judge's announcement is this week or next week. Tiger Direct. Daryl, Tiger Direct is that sorry, I didn't see. Is that where you buy? What's Tiger Direct? The stock just fell. Your chart isn't even accurate. Yeah. Yeah, the chart's delayed. But I'm predominantly a day if I'm trading, swing trading, etc. I'm more either long term or swing trader. So I like to look at the daily chart. I'm not much of a day trader. Price projections for Hcmc. How long is long term for you? A couple of years, especially seeing as there's this lawsuit and court cases could take months, years. So because I got in quite low, I got in around my average is 0.0018. So I've got a pretty decent average. So if long term, I'm in at a good position, I believe. So long term, I don't mind holding. And if things start picking up in the court case, then I'll be more than happy to be adding on to my position. If Hcmc wins, then Hcmc going up. Yeah, definitely, Kevin. I predict it will start rising again sometime between 230, 315. It has to do, yeah. It may do, yeah, like closer towards market close. Yeah, the last 15 minutes of market close is actually very interesting because that's usually the price could be one place and it could just take off in 15 minutes. Will you buy? I think, Jay, after talking with yourself, I think I'm definitely looking to building a PC. But again, I'll need to figure out how to build it. Can be, yeah. I'm a quick learner, so I'll be able to learn. I built my computer. Purchased 200K shares, sitting a little over 4 mil shares. Oh, nice. I'm holding them down. See more people are dumping, shaking my head. Chickens. That's funny, Clary. Kevin, most of my money is on NIO. Okay. Yeah, I'm in NIO as well, actually. Unfortunately, I got pretty much at a peak at $55. But hey, I'm holding long term, so I believe it'll NIO definitely recover and pass, get built most, I think maybe even above $100 by the end of the year. So I'm not I'm not bothered. Also have three monitors going. Your tries in I create the stock just fell to minus. Yeah, I always spilateral. Like I was saying, I focus mainly on the daily chart. So I usually, if not from this live, I usually just look at the chart like once a day. That way it helps because me personally, um, I figured out as part of trading and investing, I figured out the kind of person I am, and like I don't emotionally I can't handle day trading or looking at the charts constantly. So I decide, you know what, let me just check it out once a day, and that way I can sleep better at night. My average is 0.0029. Hope it goes above that again. Yeah, I believe it will long term. Or especially in the lead up to, I believe they've got an earnings announcement coming up this week or next week. So in the lead up to that, it may go back up. What coincidence? Didn't you see mention NIO above, up and above? Yeah, NIO is looking decent as well. It just broke above the 21 MA. So we'll see if it holds above that. But again, we'll see what's going on. It's something. But with a lot of these stocks, I tend to just buy and hold. Like I look at the fundamentals and see what's going on around the company and see if there's potential. And then I just buy and leave it there. Unless it makes a huge run in a very short space of time, then I may just take some profits off just so I can add those just so I can add those shares or even a lot more shares. So I've got capital plus my profits on the dip. It's very long term ones. Yeah. I keep buying the dips. 20, 30 pounds at times, so it should get better. Yeah. Is this for HCM? Hasib, is this for HCMC? Yeah. I guess so me doing lives, is this something you guys definitely want to be seeing going forward? Oh, nice one, bro. Yeah, if you believe in the company, definitely keep every time it dips, just keep buying. You know, like I was saying at the start, towards the start of this live, um, once upon a time, I had 10 Bitcoins. Like in 2011 or 2012, I had 10 Bitcoins. And I kind of, no, sorry, 2015, actually, I had 10 Bitcoins when it was around like $300 or something like that, a coin. And I wish I hadn't sold. But anyway, we move. So HCMC may be the same. If you've got HCMC stock now, you never know, one day it can take off. It could be $1 and then you'll be wishing you didn't sell your 100K million shares, however many shares you've got, even tens of thousands, even a couple of thousand shares. Yeah, set a new price. So we'll keep buying dips. Nice. Still holding on to Dodge. Alfred, yeah. You live and learn. No, Hasib, I swear down. It's my biggest regret because I was working actually for well, I could say I was working for General Electric, the the aviation department in England. So I was working there in like 20, was it 2018, 2017, 2018. I was working there. And then I saw the price of Bitcoin. I was like, rah, I can't believe I sold my Bitcoin. Like, but yeah, you live and you learn, as you say. Kevin, trust me, everyone has their regrets, and to this day, I still wake up in the middle of the night punching the air, and I wonder why. But it's because I sold my Bitcoin, So, but hey, that's why I'm holding tight to my HCMC because I see a lot of potential in HCMC, and I'm not gonna make the same mistake twice. What's a good dip to buy when your average is 15? Well, I would say the way dips go with buying and if you want to average down, etc. So with averaging down is best done if you're like momentum, if you're looking to play as a momentum play or some if you own a stock and you believe there's going to be a lot of momentum and the price comes down to where your current average is or below it, then you can average down. Or if you're looking to hold long term, then to be honest, you can even average up. It doesn't matter if you where you get in, or it's all about accumulating your position out, holding holding 15 million long term. Nice. I'm heavily invested in crypto. I use my crypto profits to buy stocks. My next buy is going to be SPX 500. Thoughts? I want those dividend bags. Yeah, I mean, dividend plays are definitely good. Lazy that I've got a couple of dividend plays myself. Got like Coca-Cola. I'm trying to build out my Coca-Cola dividend plays. Mine's trying to be like Warren Buffett, but yeah, I'm building out my Coca-Cola position and I've got Johnson and Johnson, and I've got I believe Lemonade. They do dividends as well, or maybe that's a long term hold. And I've got a couple of others. I was looking to get into a couple of real estate stock, so REIT stocks, but predominantly I look for companies that are at least maybe 40 years old, and every year they've been increasing the dividends. Yeah, definitely patience long term. So guys, I'm gonna have to go cut this the live end the live just now, but it's been a pleasure, like being on this. And this is definitely something I'm gonna introduce on the channel, like just going live maybe at the weekends or during the day week or anything, and as well as talking about the main stock. Like this video was mainly focused on HCMC. The If there's stocks you guys are on, or even crypto, because I'm doing videos on cryptos, and if there's any videos you guys want to see, stocks, just go ahead and give us a shout. I'll be more than happy to do them because at the end of the day, this channel is mainly focused around you guys. What you guys want to see, what you guys want to talk about, in terms of stocks, and I'll be more than happy to do. HCMC, all right, humble. Humble tick out. I'll check out Humble before I go. So HMBL. Humble Pay. So one sec. Humble Pay. Yeah, what's the ticker on Humble? To agree, keep buying HCMC. Can you look at Humble for a sec? All right, so HMBL. What's the ticker for Humble Pay? HMBL. All right. So crypto. Okay. Humble Inc. All right. So looking at Humble, actually, there's good things on a technical note from Humble because as I look, the price has just been falling. By the way, there's a bullish engulfing and it's fallen to this was a resistance before. So it's fallen, basically confirming this support. And if this price stays above 136, then yeah, this will be a very strong support and a base could be getting built up like Hcmc did. But as it's broken, let me have a look at the 50 MA. All right, so as it's broken above the 20 hundreds. So I'm just having a look at all my moving averages just to make sure that, just to see where the trend is, first of all. All right, as I thought, so the price has actually fallen down to the 200 MA. So this is the next 200 days or data for the last 200 days. So this is historically a very, very good dynamic support or resistance. All right, so, and the fact that the price has actually fallen down and tested the 200 moving average, and right now it's above it. This is tested it twice actually. So since it last broke above it, it's fallen and tested it twice. So the first time, the 20th, and the second time, effectively the 27th. So that's a very good bullish sign that the price is going to take off from here or potentially could take off from here. But this will be a long term for the 200 days. Like this will be half a year, 6 months out. And looking at the MACD, as you can see, even though the price has been very bearish the past couple of weeks, the fact that the MACD, the histogram volume has been decreasing on the MACD, this is a very good sign because it shows that the momentum, the bearish momentum is decreasing, and perhaps there's going to be a lot of bullish momentum and demand towards it, and it explains very well that you know what, the 200 is tested the 200 moving average. So the fact that the bearish momentum is decreasing around the 200 moving average, the dead cross on the MACD is actually the convergence is the moving average and the signal line on the MACD are converging and converging towards a golden cross. And the fact that all of this on a technical note are happening around the 200 moving average, this is a very good sign. And also looking at the RSI, there's definitely some RSI divergence on there. So when I'm doing technical analysis, these are the key indicators that I look for, and basically to help me understand where the price is going. And the fact that there's a rebound from, or potentially a rebound from, the 200 moving average, this is a good sign long term if you're looking to hold the long term. No problem, Arthur. All right, so guys, I'm gonna have to love and leave you guys, and this has been a pleasure. I'm definitely gonna incorporate this into my channel, like more live sessions and stuff, because it's a very good thing, I believe. Anyway, I don't normally do lives, but I believe it's very good because that way I can interact with you guys directly. You know, so the way Zoma doing with Trueforma, I want to do with you guys. Yeah, that's good. So for long term, there's potential. I mean, I'm not. Of course, you have to look at like the fundamentals of the company. So looking at things like the SEC filings to see if they filed an 8K, 10K, if they filed even 8K is basically any new updates they want to give to the shareholders, etc. Your 10K is the annual statements, 10Qs, the quarterly statements. You've got there's a bunch of forms. There's a form 4, um, so many different forms, so all of these sort of are good, and they're pretty much up to date information on the company fundamentally, so you can see where the company is going long term. And the fact that I looked at the fact that it's at the 200 moving average, which means if this 200 moving average holds, then long term this is a good hold. Technically long term is a good hold, so you just have to tie that up with the fundamentals. Okay, that's good that all the filings are up to date. But on a technical note, then there's good signs on a technical note. And also the fact that it's bounced off the 200 moving average and it's pretty much staying up, So just watch it for this week. In fact, let's have a look at the weekly for yeah, yeah, on the weekly. I'm pretty sure it's probably bounced off let me check the 100 first of all. Let me check the 50. All right, yeah. On the weekly, again, it's showing there's a lot of bullish signals on the weekly. So first of all, the fact that it's come down, it's tested the 50 moving average on the weekly, and there's been some pullback. And also the second session of the week, so the week of the 26th of April, the fact that that session closed on that hammer candlestick, this is a good sign. So what I'll be looking for will be on the weekly, just some bullish presence in the market. So whether this be bullish engulfing, whether it be another hammer candlestick, because a hammer candlestick or a pin bar is a very good bullish candlestick pattern. Oh, so if they deal with contactless payment, then it's good. Oh yeah, humble pay, yeah. Yeah, so that's going long term. They're good. They're positioned fundamentally. They're in a good position because like everyone uses contactless pay. Like I think it's pretty much the most paid method. This contactless pay. So it's good. They've definitely got themselves in a good position. Because that's not going to disappear anytime soon. Contactless pay. And even if we move from a cash system or bank system to a crypto system, I believe you'll be able to pay cryptos contactless anyway. So either way, contactless is here to stay. So going forward, that it's fundamentally the company is good. And they have a good product being the contactless pay or good service. All right, so I'm gonna have to love and leave you guys. It's been a pleasure again. I'll definitely do this. So make sure you guys tune in. Oh, shareholders meeting on 7th. Is that for humble pay still, or is that for HCMC or something? Okay. This uses blockchain to transfer regular dollars. Okay. Yeah, so they're definitely here to stay. So I believe this is maybe one to watch out for, like going long term. It might end up once upon a time, it might actually be like $30. So, but again, it all depends on how the company runs going forward. Humble pay, okay, 7th of May. But one of the things you need to watch out for, though, on a technical note, there's a dead cross on the MACD. So we'll just wait and see if the momentum dies down, the bearish momentum dies down around this 50 moving average on the 50 moving average on the weekly and the 200 MA on the daily. Just wait to see Wagwan. All right, so hope you guys all had a great weekend leading into today, and hope you guys have a great evening. And thanks a lot for tuning in. I'll definitely be setting up a lot more live sessions because this has been awesome. Again, it's been a great experience. All right, I'll check that out. Where can I watch? Where the shareholder meetings being aired? Where can I watch them? Let's have a little note for myself. Oh, YouTube. All right, cool. Yeah, I'll check it out. And then I'll tune in for the 7th, the one on the 7th. All right. Just type in humble pay shareholders meeting. All right, cool. Yeah, I'll check it out after this live. Then see. Maybe something I jump on actually. Because I'm liking the chart long term. All right. Thanks a lot, guys. And thanks for the interaction. It's been great. Like suggesting stocks for me to have a look at. It's been my pleasure. Is what I love doing. And also Hcmc, having a look into Hcmc to see. Yeah. So we'll just wait and see. I'm still not worried right now, even though that's a big red candle, but I'm not worried at the moment because it's a long-term hold. And I believe it's definitely gonna continue going up. So well, thanks a lot, guys. Hope you guys have a great evening. No problem. Thanks again.